Hello, everyone. This is a little bit of a mix-up as we do every Halloween. Welcome to the Dice That Bind Us. We are going to be playing, like we did last year, Monster of the Week. It is a role-playing game for about 3 to 5 players, so I'm a little high on my numbers, created by Michael Sands. It's a really good 2d6 system inspired by the Monster of the Week trope of new things to fight every week. A lot of the faces you see here played it previously. We have some folks coming in new, trying stuff out fresh. It's entirely new world, entirely new characters. I am Dash. I will be your keeper this evening. And up front, I am going to say that this mystery was inspired by Sam Richardson from Q Times and their pest control arc, specifically MRS Montessori. Love myself this sort of story, so go check them out. You can check out all of their VODs of their streams at bit.ly/fight the monsters, I believe, each word capitalized, or just search Q Times on YouTube. They're really good. Highly recommend. Inspired me to run Monster of the Week. So we're gonna run around, introduce our players, introduce their playbooks, and a little bit about their characters.
Oh, so hi there. I'm Lunch Lady Linda, Linda Lunda's daughter. And yeah, I take care of the kids. I'm a divine, whatever that means, but I feed the kids. I make sure that their dietary restrictions are met, and we just make sure that everybody stays happy and healthy as best we can here.
Well, hey there, I suppose that's my turn then. My name's Deborah Minkowitz. I am the school secretary, and I, do a lot of the processing for the kids who might get out of line, get sent to VP's office, Mr. Emia's office, or even the principal's office, although he usually takes care of the broader overarching things there. Mostly I just do the filing, the paperwork, and I do a little bit of a nursing for here and there. Oh, not like nursing, but, like making sure the kids, when they bite each other, stop the bleeding, things like that. But yeah, no, I play the expert. I've been in this business for about 33 years. Been liking it quite a bit. Starting to kind of get myself down a little bit, but, enjoying my time with the kiddos. Amia, your 2 o'clock's here.
Oh, that's right. My apologies. So you are speaking with the vice principal today. My name is Mr. Saber Amia, and I play the initiate. You will find out more of my secrets when I decide to let you know them.
Hi, my name is Cecil Graham. I just volunteer here watching the kids. I'm in my 4th year of college right now, trying to be a teacher and born and raised in this town and kind of want to give back to it, I'm excited to go adventuring with y'all, I guess. I want to know what we're doing. I'm playing the mundane.
I'm Zeke. I'm 5. I have rabbit legs and some horns. I'm the monstrous playbook. I have a little gun.
Nerf gun for those who are worried at home.
Nerf gun.
I am Mr. Finding, and I am a teacher of the school, and I teach the truth. I'm also the flick.
Deborah, who's in the office?
Oh, that's just my wife. Hello.
Hello.
He came by to bring me my readers. There we are.
God, I've already lost control and it hasn't even started.
I'm so very sorry.
You are not.
You're right.
Fuck me. You are all currently at Hubelman's Academy for Pseudoscientific Progeny, also just known as Hubelman's Academy. It is a very specified early childhood education or kindergarten, early elementary school for those of monstrous persuasion, cryptid kids, for a lack of a better word, Cryptid Kindergarten. We got one of them right here with us today. The day starts out as if any other during the school year. All of you are relatively new at your positions at Hubelman's, hired on within the last couple of weeks or so. The day itself starts out with most of the kids for their homeroom and their English classes that is taught by Miss Geist. She is a younger woman, dresses in very vintage kind of clothing, hair pulled up in a bun. Something was a little different today, though. In Mrs. Geist's room, there was a little present left on her desk. Thought to be from maybe some of the students, some of the parents, something like that. The classroom itself is full of about 10 children or so. It's relatively small class sizes in this program. Hubelman's Academy is one of the first of its kind in the region, housed high up in the mountains, surrounded by lovely trees, kind of up and out of the way. This classroom itself is, as I said, full of about 10 kids, all about 5 to 6 years old, all of them looking a little different than your average 5 or 6-year-old, one would think. There's a little green moth girl, a fuzzy looking ape boy, little frog girl wearing her princess hat, holding her magic wand, little goat girl with pale fur with little spots all over it, fuzzy little werewolf puppy boy with his little fangs just growing in, just a Fresno nightcrawler, kind of hard to describe. They look like walking pants. Just a little tube of a boy with 2 little legs, big glowing red eyes. A little posh kid, very dressed up, curly, long blonde hair. A scaly kid wearing a low-backed romper, a little sharp teeth pointing out, spines running all the way down, and a little black cat girl wearing a little pleated skirt and a t-shirt. And of course, our lovely Zeke, little jackalope boy, bunny ears, antlers, sitting happily in their desks, listening to Miss Geist give her lecture. And of course, this is Cecil's classroom as well. Miss Geist is going through her regular lecture, teaching the kids about new letters, new spelling, going through those specific words, and a sound can be heard kind of ringing out gently from the little gold-wrapped package sitting on her desk. When the sound goes off, Miss Geist's eyes kind of glaze over for a moment, staring off loosely into the distance, and her form begins to shift a little bit. The sound suddenly stops. The present itself dematerializes, disappears. Miss Geist, who is normally this calm, rather relaxed sort of woman, begins to scream. This blood-curdling, chilling scream. And the bookshelves in the room begin to shake and come crashing down, and she disappears. The room is empty. The rest of you throughout the school, Mr. Dingy's, whose classroom is right next door, heard the scream and the crashing. All of the kids in the room immediately kind of scramble and look concerned. These crashing and the scream could be heard throughout the entirety of the building. What do you do?
I'd like to take out my gun.
Okay.
Oh dear. The first thing I do is I check the cake that I have in the oven and make sure it didn't fall.
Yeah, the cake is fine. You just heard this distant, like, ear-piercing howling scream and
Okay.
crashing coming down from the hall. No sounds in the kitchen or anything.
That's a little disconcerting, but the teacher should have that. If they need my help, they'll give me a holler. But, I'm just going to make sure that the snacks and the lunches are all getting ready to be put out on time. And here's my list of dietary restrictions. Oh, that little Louie boy, he needs that little high iron diet. So I got that for him.
And Cecil, this is your classroom. What are you doing? Zeke has pulled out a Nerf gun.
I'm gonna make sure that no one is injured, first and foremost. Just a quick scan around. How many people are in the room?
10 children and you.
Okay.
Some of the kids dove under their desks. Some of them kind of scrambled and pushed their way back. Some of them have just kind of stayed their ground, sat in their seat, and just looking around real confused. Luna kind of has her head, like her wings, like wrapped up over her head and is kind of shaking at her desk.
Okay. Do I know if there's any kind of like some schools have like those buttons on the wall you can like for the intercoms?
Yeah.
Is there like an intercom button?
There would be an intercom that would go to the office.
I want to start moving that way while you're showing the kids. Hey, everyone, it's gonna be okay. I want everyone to just come and calmly sit on your desk. Everything's gone. We're gonna call the principal, and let's just wait here for a minute.
Charlie, the little werewolf boy, kind of pokes his head up. What happened? I don't know. What? That was really weird.
Hey,
What?
he said quiet and sit down.
Okay. Just kind of like pushes himself back into his seat.
It's like, look at Cecil. It's,
Thank you, Zeke.
Yeah, Bigby looks over and is like, who made you boss of
I
everything?
point my gun at him.
So,
Whoa.
Zeke, remember the rules. We don't point it at other kids. You want to point it at somebody, point it at me, remember?
Opened his mouth.
I understand that, and I understand you're trying to help, but please, remember the rules. No pointing at other children.
Yeah, you go over and hit the intercom button to Mrs. Minkowitz's office.
Amia, we didn't have a scream scheduled for 9 a.m. today, right? I'm not seeing it on the calendar.
Yes, I don't believe so, but I believe if anyone know the schedule, it would be you, would it not?
Well, that's what I'm saying is it's not on the... Oh, give me a... Gotta holler. 1 second. Hello, Minkowitz.
Hey, this is Cecil in classroom.
Oh, hey, hon, how
English.
are ya?
Oh, we're all shaken up in here. Can you send Vice Principal Emiya down?
Oh, yeah.
This is kind of an emergency.
Oh, you said
Thanks.
the English classroom?
Yes.
Okay, dear. I got you. I'll send him right down there.
Thank you.
Amia,
Yes.
you got a problem in the English class.
Of course,
Probably
that's
Zeke
where
with
it
the gun
came
again. Cecil's calling. I don't know why he's calling.
I swear, if Zeke took out his gun again on a child.
What can I say? He's a rascal.
But just in case, I mean, the only one that could make a scream that loud from there would be the teacher, and if Cecil called, something may have happened.
Yeah, that's the concern I got. Let me know if you need a little extra firepower, okay? I'll take care
I'm
of
gonna
you.
pull the sword out from underneath my desk.
Sounds good.
And then as I
Want
walk,
mine?
no,
Okay.
as I walk past Deborah, I'm gonna give her my card keys and say, in the trunk, you will find a suitcase. Please bring it in and put it in my office.
Sounds good. Mosey on off to the parking lot.
Okay.
I will go down to the English classroom, holstering a sword.
Yeah. Vice Principal Emiya, you walk down to the English classroom. You get the feeling that the hallway itself is eerily quiet for this time. Normally the kids are doing their lessons, being loud. Mrs. Geist is always the type of teacher who's kind of the call and echo sort of thing of get all the kids engaged. But the hallway itself is quiet. You peek your head in. It looks like a tornado ran through here. The bookshelves in the front of the room are knocked over. The lights have kind of dimmed and are kind of flickering a little bit. And all of the kids are relatively restlessly sitting in their seats. I am assuming Zeke turned and immediately pointed the gun at you. And Cecil is standing at the front of the classroom.
Zeke, you didn't pull the gun out on your friends or classmates, did you?
No! Well, except for Bigby, because he opened his mouth.
Well, that's not. I don't know who.
Zeke, what have we taught you? You don't point it at the students. If you absolutely must, you point it at Cecil.
But Miss Geist disappeared.
Well,
She
does it...
She did music, and then she screamed, and then
Music?
poof. Yeah, it came from, and like Zeke like hops out of his desk and he runs up to the front of the room, and he points at the box.
We'll get to that in just a moment. But,
Little moth girl again with her like arms wrapped or her head kind of wrapped loosely, two little feathered antenna picking out. Yeah, it was really loud, and then she screamed, and then it disappeared. My head's fuzzy.
Well, we'll get to the box in a moment, but still, Zeke, just because your teacher disappeared does not mean you can point the gun at your classmates.
But Cecil said to sit at our desk and be quiet and calm down, and then Bigby
Immediately, you're out of your desk right now.
Bigby, shut the flip up.
I will walk over and kind of bend down and kind of pat Zeke on the head. I get you're trying to help Cecil, but leave it to Cecil to get people under control, okay? If you're going to protect someone, if you're going to have the Nerf gun, we're going to let you keep it. You're going to have to protect the others, not point it at them, okay?
Even Bigby?
Even Bigby. Because you want him to do the same if something came up behind you, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I thank you for showing me the box, and I'll go sit down and follow the rules so no one else has to open their mouth, okay?
Can I sit next to Luna since she's scared?
Absolutely.
Go and sit down next to Luna. Kind of pat her on the shoulder.
She's just kind of quietly like, thanks, Zeke.
I was gonna blast him.
I believe you would blast him, yeah.
So Cecil, what happened with the box?
Oh, yeah, so, and I'll kind of pull you aside out of earshot from the other kids. I have no fucking clue what's going on here. Like, this is my 5th week here. Y'all told me to stop screaming at every small thing. I don't know if this is a small thing or a big thing. Apparently I don't know. The box made a sound. It was like a music box. And then Mrs. Guy, she just started screaming. Like, I'm sure you've heard it. It was loud. And then
you heard it.
and then you see what happened, everything flew around and the box and Miss Geist, they just disappeared. So I'm assuming this is not a normal thing. This is very abnormal, even for this school.
Well, rooms don't generally look like a hurricane came through, so yes. Maybe a couple of scares here and there. I mean, they are monster children. They have tendencies.
I would
But,
like to request a couple days off for mental health.
Absolutely denied. Zeke needs you.
Zeke, speaking up from where he has snuck up and is standing listening to this conversation, goes, "We prefer the term cryptids, not monsters."
I'm sorry, cryptids.
It's
I
hurtful.
apologize, Zeke. I'm sorry, Zeke. I'll do better. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And the little cat girl from the back. Actually, I tend to be called a beast, so it's all right when you use it for me. So
Nobody asked you, Marine.
I'm sorry.
Zeke, aren't
Sorry.
you supposed to be protecting someone?
But runs back. Sits next to Luna.
I mean, if we can solve this, I might be able to approve it as we look for a new teacher or get Miss Geist back as preferred option, but things happen. I'll have to contact the sect about what's going on.
So, what about the kids? Should we, get them to a new classroom? I mean...
And this is when a little cart comes bumping into the room. Oh, dearies, I got your snack now.
All the kids immediately, yeah, just charge over, all classroom control gone.
So we got the milk for those who drink milk, and we've got the high protein shakes for those that you need the protein. Yes, dear. And I got the special tuna for you, my dear. And just a few things here and there just for you guys. So what happened in this classroom?
Linda.
Oh, my.
Linda.
Yes, Zeke.
Did you bring me my carrots?
Yep, I got them right here. They're all cut up nice and just in the long pieces that you like.
Thanks.
Thin and long, just like you like it.
The little goat girl speaks up. Our teacher vanished. She just poofed. She screamed real big and she vanished.
Oh dear, that sounds very traumatizing. How are you doing, sweetie?
Oh, I've seen worse walking around town growing up. So it was pretty scary, but it was pretty fun. I'm tough. I'm a tough Joyzy girl. I got this.
You got this. I know you
an
do.
East Coast goat kid.
She's the Jersey Devil.
I love the East Coast goat kid.
I can't do a Jersey accent to save my life as a child. I'm trying
Joyzy.
my best. She's a Joyzy
Oh, sweet
girl.
pea, I got a little something special for you in that sandwich. I saved the can tops just like you asked me to, so you could have that. Just a little bit of iron in your diet. There you go.
You the best lunch lady, Linda. Just goes
All right, Cecil.
raunching.
As each cryptid gets their daily snack / apparently meal, sandwich for a snack, that's just, man, what happened to our normal school system?
We had it in the
Hey,
budget.
these are growing children. Their minds and their bodies are growing. So you leave their physical and mental health to me, and I will nourish that while
I
Cecil
wasn't
and-
insulting it. I was
It's like Charlie
merely,
next to Zeke's I'm gonna be a big dog. Big
I was
dog.
merely
Right.
stating
Big
that when I
dog.
was a child, I wish I had a
Right.
lunch lady like you. I was jealous.
Well, that's why I was brought on here, is so that I could take care of these children.
Cecil, if you'll take them down to the music room and I guess grab Mr. Dingy on the way, I'd say go to his classroom, but it's not where I would want to be right now. I don't know what he's put on the walls this time.
Mr. Mia,
Yes, Zeke.
can we have literally anybody else?
Uh, well, considering I sent Miss Minkowitz outside for the moment, currently there are no other teachers here in the school.
The
Just
school does have
wrestling with
additional
the lock.
teachers.
Cheesy crackers.
There are other teachers. There's the music teacher Lorelai. There's also a janitor, Jebediah Gingersnap. There's the science teacher Horace Constance, and the PE teacher Susanna Hoffman.
Yeah, they're going to the music teacher. Snack and music, that'll keep their minds off of what just happened.
Saying with Zeke standing right next to you.
I mean, I let them have a Nerf gun. I think it's okay.
Yeah, do you all usher these 10 children down the hall to the music room?
Oh, I'll help out. That seems like
Zeke-
the right thing to do. Is
Oh,
Zeke-
that is...
Zeke kind of sneaks off from the group and goes and knocks on Mr. Dingy's classroom door.
It's on the way. You can kind of stay back of the line and
Yeah,
You would notice that his door has been crushed because upon hearing the crashing of bookshelves and the scream, he hit his desk and a rope fell down, and he pulled the rope, triggering the deadweight trap, which put shutters on the walls, and informed his kids that even though it's 21 years late, we got to stay in this room for 30 minutes till all the planes come down. Y2K's here.
ding, 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 ding.
I will note that this is a relatively small school. When y'all are not actively teaching children, you have planning periods. So it's the group of 10 kids who are shifted from classroom to classroom, but you have locked yourself in hardcore.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm in.
And I believe you did still say that to yourself.
Yeah,
Ding, 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 ding.
I'll pull the slide open, which has like 3-inch thick bulletproof glass. Let's kind of look out.
I'm down here.
Look down. Zeke, get under cover.
Why?
The whole world's collapsing. It's Y2K.
No, Mr. Dingy. It was just Miss Geist exploding.
Wait, a teacher exploded?
Yeah.
Do we know why?
No,
Well, I'm standing here then. I'm a teacher.
but we need you to watch us.
But teachers are spontaneously combusting.
Also, you're part of this role play game and show we're doing, so you should come with the group so you can interact.
Okay. I will put on a raincoat in case I explode. I don't want to make a mess.
Very respectable. The janitors would appreciate that.
And then I will start pulling the other rope to reset the deadweight trap and raise the doors.
Yeah, the rest of you make your way down to the music room where Lorelai is sitting, kind of humming to herself and tuning the piano. She just kind of looks up at all of you. Oh goodness, it's not quite time for your lessons. Vice Principal Amia, why are all of the children here?
Well, $10 says Mr. Dingy locked his classroom. So, but
What
something
happened?
has happened in the English classroom. We are currently investigating, and with the disappearance of Miss Geist, and
Oh.
it just so happened to be snack time from Lunch Lady Linda, we have decided to bring the kiddos down here.
Right, I mean, the music classroom's relatively soundproof. I didn't really hear a whole lot. Patricia disappeared? What happened?
It was not a very nice sound to be heard.
Okay, I'm glad we got the industrial grade soundproofing this time around, but oh, all right, kids, come on. And just kind of like immediately it's like, if while you're all eating your snacks, why don't you grab some of the little hand egg shakers and other like small percussion instruments? You all know where they all are in the cubbies along the room. Just go freeform music time. Just play with that for a little bit.
Oh, but sweeties, make sure you wash your hands. We don't want to get any grubbiness on Miss
Lorelai.
Lorelai's musical instruments.
Zeke, why are you coming in so late? I thought you were the first to leave your classroom.
I just point up at Mr. Dingy in his raincoat.
Yes. I had to reset my room.
Finn, really again, you don't need to you do not need to have to set off your traps at every single bump you hear in the school.
It's gonna happen. It's a matter of time.
It has been 20 years, Finn.
Oh, speaking of which, you should take this raincoat. Teachers
What
are
did I'll just
exploding.
bend down. What did you tell him?
I told him Miss Geist exploded.
Oh, does that mean I gotta go get the janitor then? I didn't realize it was so bad in there. Anyway, Anya, I don't know what you put in here, but I got it for you. Why are you in the music room?
Oh, that's Jimmy. You said it in my office, right?
What's up? No, it's
Just
being
dragging it.
dragged behind me.
You just go put that on my desk.
What is it?
It is my sniper rifle.
Oh! Well, that's a nice piece of work there. All right. Have fun, kids.
We have long hallways at this school.
Saber, really? You in the middle of a school? Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, no, I didn't say this
Am I
out loud.
getting
Miss
the
Minkowitz
janitor?
knows what it is. We've had
No,
this.
but I'm sure like sees this long thing. Lorelai's smarter than she looks. Sees this long thing get pulled in. It's like, no.
It's
telling me.
Oh, you know, I
is
think
it
I
a
saw one
breakdown
of those
one?
cases at the Lutheran Gun Club last week. That's a nice case you got there.
Zika's fully snuck off with Miss Minkowitz.
Yeah, I don't want to get this in the hands of the chosen frozen, you know what I mean.
No,
I don't.
But the Lutherans? Been on the chilly side when they meet you?
hot take.
I thought that's where you were going, but I was a little confused.
I looked up Midwestern phrases and I'm just like,
That's why I
Railing 'em off.
understood it.
I'm just going off of a movie and the cartoon, so.
Yeah, like Lorelai's trying to lead all the students in music time, does a head count. It's like, Cecil, Zeke's gone again. Can you?
Yeah,
Well,
I
I'll go
got it.
get the little deer. I gotta walk that way with the cart anyway.
Oh,
You
okay.
two go bring him back, please. He's a lot. Don't want him breaking anything. He's very clever. I don't want him breaking anything.
Mr. Dingy, exactly how many rooms in this building have you rigged with a trap? Or safety precaution, as you've called them.
Just every room that's practical for me to be in at any point in time during the day.
So this one has something similar to your room where you could shut it and seal everybody inside safely.
Potentially. Do you have your cell phone on you?
I do. I'm not gonna let you borrow it though, because I need to contact the sect here in a moment.
Then I cannot discuss any further.
That's absolutely fine. I was just gonna tell you to stay in here and do your thing if something else happens.
Okay, you should really get rid of that cell phone.
Will do.
It's just Martin
And I'm
all over
just-
again.
I'm just gonna walk out of the room and down the hallway. I'm not getting involved in this investigation, I swear to God.
Zeke, are you trying to be sneaky or are you just walking down the hall?
I'm
Okay.
sneaking.
Alrighty.
would I notice this?
I'm gonna have you roll some investigative mystery.
Okay.
That is 2d6 plus sharp.
Okay.
It is an 11. Okay. Technically, with investigative mystery, you get a certain amount of questions. You hold 2 in this moment, but I'm assuming what happened here and what sort of creature is it are probably the most pertinent in this moment for you.
Yeah.
You hear a gentle thumping of large feet. You also hear, as he is trying to be sneaky and hide kind of around one of the cubbies, the gentle like clank of antler on locker.
Ow.
And
Oh,
that.
jeepers. Am I sure happy that I am on my way back to my office by myself? No way that anybody would be trying to get in there or the magical barriers that protect it from anybody who isn't announced. That would sure be a bad thing should they try to get past those without my permission.
I immediately poke my head out. The what?
Zeke?
Listen, it's really boring in there and I want to go with you. My teacher exploded.
Did she? Zeke, I need to know. Is there blood and guts everywhere?
No.
Then she didn't explode.
Oh.
So I don't gotta call. Who's the janitor's name again?
There are 2 on
Ginger
staff.
Snap.
There's Jebediah Gingersnap and Marcus Debut.
Jeb, never mind. You're
Just-
fine.
Like walking into the cafeteria from the little janitor's area with a mop and a bucket. What? We're fine? We don't...
Yeah, we're fine. There's no blood and guts. Is there anything else, Zeke?
Can I come with you?
Is there anything I need Jeb for? That's the question we're starting with.
Oh. I think Bigby pooped his pants.
New pants, Jeb!
That's technically... You're the one with the lost and found, Deb.
Dang it. All right, come on, Zeke. We're going through the lost and found. You can come into the office.
So I bring Zeke in. As you pass through, you kind of feel like a little fizz of magical energy. As, if it's okay with you, Dash, I would like
Is the office your haven?
to be my haven.
Hell yeah, it is.
Where I have many mystical and wondrous things sort of stashed away in filing cabinets and desk drawers and things like that. You see like arcane tomes just kind of like stuck in the wall next to Vogue magazines.
Better home and garden.
Better
Exactly.
gnome and garden.
Oh, I do love better gnome and garden. Could use a better gnome. Anyway, all right, Zeke. So you look through those. Bigby's a growing boy, isn't he? A little chunky around the waist.
Very chunky.
Think we got a bit in there. Go ahead, try to find something in there for him. We can get those over there. I'm gonna go put this on Mr. Amy's desk. Help you out there, then we can all walk back to the class together. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So keeping an ear out for little Zeke. I'm gonna go put that back in the
Zeke,
office.
What, sweetheart? What are you doing?
I'm looking through the lost and found, and as soon as Miss Minkowitz is kind of out of sight, I'm gonna hide again.
All right,
I'm gonna climb into a desk drawer, real sneaky.
into a what? How
I'm
big do
little.
you think these
I'm a
desks are?
bunny.
Okay, we could. All right, I thought you were a kid-sized bunny, but you
Well,
could be a bunny-sized
I'm
kid.
a bunny-sized kid. I'm
Yeah.
little.
All right. Just a little. Damn, you are just a rabbit like Devin was,
Yeah.
but like bipedal. Okay. I'm gonna have you roll act under pressure. That is plus cool.
There's a 10.
As a 10, you successfully climb your way into one of Mrs. Minkowitz's drawers, and just kind of like, it's one of the bigger filing cabinets. You have to like slide aside some of the files, climb in, and just close the little door.
Miss Minkowitz, is there anything fun in this desk drawer?
Just cases on cases on cases of ammunition. Shotgun shells, magnum rounds, like everything. If you can think about it, she's got it in there.
Zeke's Nerf gun is loaded with shotgun shells.
Zeke. Okay.
They're not gonna work.
They're
Cheese
not.
and cracker. Zeke, where'd you go?
And at this point, Cecil and Linda make their way to the office looking for Zeke.
Oh, is that little Zeke in here?
I had him in here. I was looking for new pants for Bigby because apparently he had a little brown on the down under.
Oh, that poor dear.
Yeah, but we're getting him some new pants from the Lost and Found, or at least that's what Zeke was supposed to be doing before I put Mr. Amy's special fancy package on his desk. However, I seem to have misplaced little Zeke here. I'd be willing to bet my britches. Bet my britches. There we go. That he's in one of these drawers or cabinets or something around here. I just really hope.
Well, it would be a shame if he was hiding, because then I couldn't share this piece of carrot cake with him.
Ooh, you made carrot.
The drawer explodes open.
Hi. Why are you in the gun drawer? That's not for Zeke's. That's for Minkowitz's, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Did you take anything from the gun drawer?
Mm-mm.
Roll manipulate someone.
I was gonna say, is there an insight check for this?
That is a 6 plus 5 plus 3 for 14.
Damn.
So for manipulate someone against a fellow hunter, on a 10 plus, if you do what they ask, so in this case, accept that he has nothing, you get to mark experience, get +1 forward for continuing to believe that he does not have a Nerf gun full of shotgun shells. But this is a choice you get to make of whether or not you believe him.
He was very convincing. He was very convincing. I think
He's
and-
a good
and-
boy.
little boys that lie to their teachers and office staff, they don't get treats like carrot cake with extra carrots. So,
Hearing
No.
carrot cake a floor tile will move, and
Oh, it's
Dingy
still
is
in
gonna
the
reach
oven,
up and
you
grab
flake.
some.
And smacks his hand.
Aren't you supposed to be looking after the rest of the chillings?
Zeke hops in the hole.
Zeke is
Well.
in this underground tunnel system with Mr. Dingy.
Guess we're gonna
Yes.
put a pin in that later.
Hi Zeke, this is my underground escape path in case things get real hairy.
Or you need carrot cake.
He took my cake.
Oh, I took your cake.
Mm-hmm.
This was your cake.
There was not cake. It was
There was
still in
not
the
cake.
oven.
It's in the oven.
There's no cake.
The cake is a lie.
The cake was a lie,
I'm hiding in your tunnel with you. Those guys suck.
just like the Zager film.
What? I'm 5.
Is it the film about, Kennedy assassination?
Yes,
Oh, the fact that I knew that.
I can't remember if it's Topanga or Zager. Anyways, just like that film, it was also a lie. It was edited. JFK shot first.
I'm 5.
Yeah, and I'm your truth teacher. I've been teaching you about this. It's coming up November 22nd. It's when the tragedy happened. Do you
We
not pay
should-
attention to my class, Zeke?
Of course I do.
It's very important.
We should go. We should find Mrs. Geist.
Oh, okay.
Apparently she didn't explode.
Wait. So you're telling me I didn't need this raincoat?
No.
I look like a fool.
In this tunnel?
Yeah.
Is it like man-sized or y'all crawling through like vents?
It's like, hands and knees kind of thing. It's like 3
So you
foot
just
by 3.
very
Yeah, just-
awkwardly rip this.
You have a little one?
Oh, you want a little raincoat?
Yeah.
I take the one I just tore up and just make it small with magic and give it to Zeke.
Cool. Roll use magic.
Okay.
It is plus weird. 2d6 plus weird.
Get 9.
It's technically you choose a glitch, but I could also just give you a glitch. It's either the effect is weakened, the effect is of short duration, take 1 harm, ignore armor, magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, or it has a problematic side effect.
Like the raincoat will have one of these? Or the
Your
magic will?
magic will.
Oh, let's do problematic side effect.
Mm-hmm,
Seems legit.
So in this process of focusing your magic into shrinking down this coat, it didn't seem to work. It stayed pretty much the same size, same tattered, and then you look up and you're looking Zeke in the eyes.
Mr. Dingy, you're little.
What happened?
You're little. Thanks for the coat. Take it. Put it on.
I told them to put filters on the water fountain.
Mr. Dingy,
Fluoride shrinks people.
we should absolutely go meet the rest of the teachers in Miss Linda.
Okay, where are they at?
Up there.
Okay. Do you have spare kids' clothes?
Your
Yep.
clothes also shrunk.
Oh, okay.
You're like everything kind of on you sized down. This is not permanent, but you are now the size of a jackalope boy.
Okay.
Zeke takes out another just like little outfit. There you go.
Oh,
You'll
thank
blend in.
you. No, put this on over my suit.
Let's go up the hole.
Yeah, y'all climb back out of the
Yep.
vent. There is Zeke, and then a Zeke-sized Mr. Dingy climbs out into the office with Linda, Mrs. Minkowitz, and Cecil.
It's a weird
Oofda.
day.
Oh,
Dingy, you're looking worse for wear.
Yeah.
I think he looks great.
Count, but notice you didn't install those filters on the water filters or water
I
fountains.
Dingy,
nudge Cecil.
fluoride thing.
Oh, look there. It's not often you see a little dingy like that.
Hey, don't you laugh at it.
Oh boy.
I got a
Alright.
cake in the oven. I
Mr.
gotta
Dingy, what
go
does that
look at.
joke mean?
And I just stomp my foot and I fall back into my hole.
No, we need you.
Smoke bomb.
I just like catch him and pull him back out. Guys, Miss Geist disappeared. Am I the only one that's worried about this? I'm looking for clues.
Nah, sweetie, we really should be actually looking into that.
But I feel like at
Emiya,
this point, Emiya would have made his way back as well after making sure all the kids were squared away, unless you're planning on staying in the music room with the children.
I left a long time ago when I told Mr. Dingy to stay and watch them, and went to the English room to investigate this box I've been trying to
Oh.
investigate. I just
Yeah,
wanted
perfect.
the kids out of there so Zeke would finally leave me alone while doing it.
Yeah, Vice
I'm
Principal
sorry.
Emiya, you're in the English classroom. Roll investigate a mystery for me. You notice where Zeke had pointed that there was a box, there is not. but there's kind of like a burned small rectangular shape on Miss Geist's desk.
That's a 6.
It's a 6, mark experience.
Oof.
In this system, when you roll a 6 or lower, which is a failure, you get experience points. Fail forward, everybody. You look around this classroom, the bookshelves are kind of torn down. There is a noted absence of a thing on the desk. And as you're kind of standing here looking around, you hear again the faint sound of a music box playing. And as this
I'm leaving
music
the room.
as this plays, the door slams shut and a desk goes flying at you. Roll act under pressure for me.
Oh, gee.
I got an 8.
You got an 8. You feel kind of like a little fuzziness in your head in this moment, and you're like in a moment filled instantly with rage. As this desk comes hurtling and smacking you into the shoulder, you will take 1 harm. If you have any armor applies, subtract that from the harm. But as this desk kind of knocks into you, you're kind of knocked out of this fuzzy rage state. But you get the sense that this sound just kind of like bubbled up something in you.
Okay, so take out my armor, absorb that. Has 1 armor.
And the door to the classroom creaks open.
I'm gonna step outside the room.
You do so.
I'll
Everything
watch-
feels kind of back to normal.
And I'm going to attempt to contact the principal.
Oh, is he your sect leader? Technically, like by
Heck.
mechanics?
By mechanics, I think.
Okay.
Unless you
That's-
had a completely different thing in mind. For
Nah, he was just some dude. It works great for him to be part of the sect. Do you have to roll anything to get in contact with him, or you just call him?
I'm just calling him.
Yeah, he answers. He's out of office for the day, but recognizing you you called, it's like, Saber, what's going on? You don't tend to call me during the school day.
Normally teachers don't up and disappear, and there's not a weird music box influencing people's emotions and objects.
I'm sorry, teacher just like walked out, quit? Do we need to find a replacement? What?
No blood or guts anywhere, but straight up disappeared in front of Cecil and 10 children. Miss Geist is the one that's missing.
Oh, that would be it. I mean, it makes sense. She's a little immaterial at times, being dead and all, but she normally doesn't lose her mind. And you said something about a music box?
Zeke and Cecil said they heard a noise coming from a box on her desk, and then the room looked like a hurricane attacked it. And she was gone.
So, okay,
And then when I
poltergeist.
went into the room, I felt a fit of rage hearing some music, and then a desk flew across the room and knocked me out of it.
Do you normally get so viscerally moved by musics?
Depends on the music. Well, music can make you feel some really strong emotions depending on what it is.
I mean, yes,
But
of course.
I don't think while listening to said music that a desk comes flying across the room.
Oh no, I thought that was totally in line with the other poltergeist shit that was happening earlier when you said the room looked like a tornado hit it. All right, so whatever this thing was, it sent her into some sort of frenzy, I suppose, and you have to find this teacher or this music box or both. You are literally in charge of a bunch of 5 and 6-year-olds. You need to protect them and make sure the teacher doesn't go apeshit and hurt them.
Dingy's on it. He's fine.
I can't believe. Yep. Okay. He's one of our new hires. I don't know what I expected from him, but not to trap the entire school this time around.
Hey,
That's fine.
I mean, that, in my opinion, that kind of works in our favor right now, doesn't it? Like, he literally turns a room into an impenetrable safe fortress.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever think that the person who can move things around with ghostly force could maybe access the traps as well?
That's a good point, Principal.
Just
Like
Zeke
hopping
is
up.
standing next to you. He's got big ears, real good hearing.
Where did Zeke go?
Zeke,
You chaos scrambling.
We're
How
gonna look
long
for
were you
Miss Geist. We need your help.
how long were you out of the music room?
Oh, I left before you did. I went with
Oh, I know.
Miss
I
Minkowitz.
watched you follow Miss Minkowitz towards the
Yep.
office.
That was
She
it.
let you in the office?
Yep.
You let a student just wander off on your watch?
No, he was with he was with Deborah.
He's
Is there literally
supposed to be
anyone
in
safer
class.
Yep.
his classroom got destroyed.
I went in the classroom and I followed Miss Minkowitz, who had a case, and apparently it was a Lutheran Gun Club box. And then I went to the office and I hid, and I found a gun drawer.
Saber?
And then Mr. Dingy was there, and he had a tunnel, and now Mr. Dingy is my size. It's been a good day.
You know, the last part was the one that I believed the most.
Yeah,
You
floor
and I-
tile will pop up and be like, "Don't say anything about me in front of that cell phone."
Too late.
Mr. Dingy, I thought I told you to watch the children. Why are you popping out of your tunnels?
Thought I told you to get rid of that cell phone.
Saber,
And
you and I both know if I have to come in today, you are fired.
Well, you know, I wasn't asking you to come in. I was just warning you in case, you don't hear or see the rest of us in the future.
Fix it.
Zeke just hops up onto Mr. Amia and goes, "Don't worry, Mr. Principal.
I'm hanging out the
Mr.
phone.
Amia's got this." I was gonna hit the button.
Zeke,
Yep.
do you have your Nerf pistol with you?
Mm-hmm.
I see it. And why not?
I mean, I have a feeling, depending how the rest of you feel, did you follow Zeke out of the office?
Yes.
He's not very subtle.
Well, I thought they all went back to the music room, and then
I
Zeke
went
As soon
back
as
to
the
the
chaos
kitchen.
child's
Okay.
gone, I'm looking for the chaos
Linda
child.
is back in the class, or back in the kitchen area, and Mrs. Minkowitz, and unless Cecil is just chilling in the office, he might need a minute.
Oh, Cecil, I'm so sorry you got worked up in all of this. How you doing, bud?
Not good.
Yeah, I imagine. You want a coffee?
Oh no, my heart's beating. No, thank you.
Chamomile tea. I got you.
Thank you.
I'll go make him a cup of tea.
Are you gonna come to the kitchen?
All right, we should probably go find the well, I mean, Linda's got some carrot cake in the kitchen over there. We should probably find the kiddos though, especially the little bunny guy. He's quite the handful. You don't gotta come if you don't want to though, sweetheart.
I want to stay here.
Sounds good. Just make sure you don't touch anything on the off chance that you explode, and not in like the Mrs. Geist way of explode, but like in the I'm gonna have to call Jeb again. And he's gonna need to work this time. So definitely don't touch that book, or the one that's screaming and glowing. Have fun, bye.
And I'm gonna go look for Zeke.
Zeke, do we need to go put something back in the drawer that you said you climbed into? If you're not going to give it to me, you're going to put whatever you took out of that drawer back.
I already marked experience for it.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
letting him have it.
Zeke opens the
I'm just
barrel.
knowing. I just know the chaotic child he is, and he told me he was in a gun drawer.
Yeah, I'm
Zeke
not making a
opens the-
principal roll against this.
Zeke opens the chamber on his gun and just holds it, shakes it, and just 6 shotgun shells fall on the ground.
Zeke, you know those don't work with your thing, right? Like, how are you supposed to protect people with this? You need the stuff that you can actually shoot from it.
A real shotgun?
No. We're not allowed to have those at school.
Uh-huh.
He says, holding a sword.
Can I have your sword?
No, but I will give you back your magically enchanted Nerf bullets that actually can protect people. Courtesy of Miss Mikowitz, don't tell her I stole them from her drawer. It's our secret.
And at this point,
I
Miss
swear I
Mikowitz
put those
walks up.
somewhere. You done what now, Amia?
I took these.
I
I'm
found
sorry.
Zeke. I found Zeke.
Zeke, I'm disappointed in you, but thank you for giving them back. That's very
You're
nice.
welcome. To the kitchen. Zeke just.
Zeke. Zeke.
Speaking of which, Linda, you're
Cripes.
preparing lunch for the day,
Yep.
and you hear
Sandwiches and
vaguely drifting through the overhead ventilation system in your kitchen, just the faint sounds coming through.
okay,
I need you to roll act under pressure for me.
which is this D6
plus
is
cool.
Cool. Cool. That's an experience for me.
Mark experience. You are immediately and viscerally overcome with anger that you have probably not felt in many, many years.
Oh, that cake fell! Gosh darn it! And I, without gloves even, I pull it out and I slam it down. Oh, for crying into milk! Now the kids won't have a special treat.
And you are driven to start destroying things in your kitchen.
Zeke, who just like
Throwing
poked his
things
head
around.
in. He's just like,
Flip the cart that I served the meals on.
plods back. Lunch lady Linda's throwing things.
Oh no, I'm gonna run into the cafeteria and try to help Linda calm down. Linda, dear, you gotta stop what you're doing here, okay? Put down the
Knife.
table. Put down the knives. Oh wow, put down the butcher block. Gee, honey, where'd you get this strength from?
And you slowly feel it start to subside.
It's okay. It's all right. We can make another cake.
Oh dear me, I don't know what came. For
Come on, what's
Oh,
going
no.
on? This isn't like you.
I know. I heard something in vents, and then the next thing I know, I flipped my lid.
Something in the vent. What did you hear?
I heard music.
Music, sort of like the
Oh,
music
yeah.
box that they were talking about over in Mrs. Geist's room.
I think so.
Oh dear, I'd be willing to bet the two are connected. Sounds like we got something that's Wait a second. You heard the music box and it made you go cuckoo, yeah?
Yeah. Oh,
What?
yeah. Sure, you betcha.
Was it just saying like throw some things, or were you mad at
No, it
something?
was
or
just that little tinkling sound of a music box, and all of a sudden, I'm just, oh dear, look at my kitchen.
Oh dear, it's
Oh.
okay. We'll get you. Jeb!
Just kind of peeks his head up through the service thing. You ladies good in here?
Would you mind being a dear and help us get this together?
Linda, what did you do to the kitchen?
We had a bit of a whoopsie.
I flipped my lid. I just don't know what happened.
Jet, let me go get the mop. I'll get it fixed up real quick for you. We'll call in
Oh,
maintenance in the
dear.
next couple of days to see if we could put the oven back into the wall. We'll figure it out. We'll get it going.
I'm gonna have
Thank
to
you, Jeff.
make cold lunches for the next few days. Oh, those poor dears.
Zeke, are you still just like in the cafeteria?
Zeke went back to the office because he
God
noticed
damn
Cecil
it,
didn't
Zeke.
leave.
On the way back to the office, I'm scooping Zeke up and just going on to
No,
check
but I
on
gotta
his-
go get Cecil.
No.
I'm gonna open the
I promise-
refrigerator,
I pinky promise I'll stay with Cecil. I just want to make sure he's okay. He went
pull
through
out
a
a
lot.
couple of snack packs, and hand one to Deborah. We'll open it. Well, George probably already opened. A couple of spoons. Here's one for you, dear.
Thank you, sweetheart. All right, so I got a
Little
couple
pudding
of
snack
questions.
packs. Oh yeah.
I love these. I haven't had these in a hog's age. Anyway, so couple of questions. First off, sounds like you were pretty upset, pretty mad because the
Yeah.
music box, something's going on here. If I was able to bet buttons to biscuits, I would say that the same thing might have actually happened to Mrs. Geist. You know, she's always going between the corporeal and the incorporeal and everything. What if she's still in the room and she's just all still pissy-wissy? Because
Oh,
of the same music box, and that's the whole reason people's getting stuff thrown everywhere.
that does sound like it might be a feasible thing. Maybe we should go see. Maybe we can
think
talk
so.
her back into our world, and maybe the kids can have their teacher back.
I'm thinking so.
I'll grab an extra snack pack.
I'll
Excellent.
move another floor tile.
Would you? Oh, Dingy, perfect. If you come back to the office with me later on, I kind of need you to go talk to Emmy and get this all relayed over there. And
as you are
know
standing-
what's going on.
as you are standing in this vent, just kind of looking up prepared, you just grow back to your full size, just standing about knee deep in this vent in the floor.
Oh,
I'm
never
gonna
mind.
run out
Problem
of
solved.
snack packs with this. Here you go, sweet pea.
You are
Can I
set
still
to
have a
do.
snack pack?
Yeah,
Even though I'm big now?
I'm handing you one.
Oh, okay. Take the
Reach
snack
into my
pack.
apron, pull out a spoon. Here you go.
I'm just gonna start eating this snack pack. Like, are you sure? But she didn't just go to Barcelona.
No, not totally sure about that, but I'm thinking that this might be a slightly more feasible reason or option, and then we can absolutely look into that one.
I mean, she seemed very disgruntled the last few days, so she might have just pulled a Hitler and went to Barcelona.
Dear, tell me you don't talk like this around the children.
I'm a history teacher. I teach the truth.
Let's go. Come on, dear. I'll give you another snack pack if you can go do what you're told.
Please just go let Dingy know what's going on. Linda, if you'd be a dear, do that as well. Gather everybody in the office. Keep an eye on Zeke over here, who's got the Zeke! Oh my god, cheese and crackers. I'm gonna go back to the office, do a little bit of book reading, and just go check on Cecil. Make sure he's still okay. See if he needs some more tea. He could probably
did he need
use a
tea?
snack pack. Oh, I
got
already
something
got him
else
some.
to-
We can. Oh, excellent! If you got a little something stronger, I'm sure he'd love to spruce that up.
Pull out of my apron a little bottle, tiny bottle. You open it, it smells like Everclear and honey.
Ooh,
This is a special family recipe, don't you know?
excellent.
We brought it over from the old country. It's called Krupnika. And we put a little bit of that in his. Oh, it goes great with chamomile tea. It goes good with apple cider too, I tell you.
Oh,
And cap it off and put it back in the apron. But yeah, it's basically honey, spices, and Everclear in the
Hefty
tea.
honey mead.
Yep.
Nice.
Zeke, we were not gonna make that promise because you've already let me down twice today.
To be fair, you never told me not to do those things.
No, but I asked you to do something.
What's
and you're
that?
not. You were supposed to protect Luna.
I
you-
did. You got her to the music room with the teachers. She was
And you were
safe.
supposed to protect her
And-
because do you really think Mr. Dingy was gonna stay in there?
No, but that's why Miss Lorelai was there.
And you think she could
And,
watch everyone
hold
by
on.
herself?
Counterpoints. You asked me to protect my friends and the others.
Mm-hmm.
You know who's my friend? Cecil. You know who else is my friend? Miss Minkowitz. You know who else is my friend? Mr. Dingy. You know who else is my friend? You. You know who else is my friend? Jebediah.
Yes.
You know
all
who
the
else
staff,
is my friend?
all the staff members are your friends.
That's true.
which
You
is
know who
ex-
else is my friend?
Who?
Maureen. You know who else is my friend? Not
So you-
Bigby.
We're gonna have
Bigby
to
still
work
got
on
pooped
that.
pants.
Big.
Bigby never pooped his pants. Zeke just lied.
Look.
So let me
we're
go
gonna-
protect Cecil.
No, we're gonna make a different promise. You're gonna stop running away on your own, and we can go find Cecil. Because it doesn't do us much good if you run off on your own and something happens. Okay?
What do you mean?
What if something was to happen to you because you're alone? Who protects you, Zeke? That's
Me.
my job.
I protect B. I don't know if you know this, Mr. Amir. I'm kind of a baddie. I'm kind of a big dog. Woof woof. Mhm.
I know probably more than you think, Zeke, which is why we put you in charge of protecting your friends and classmates.
Then let's go find Cecil. Oh my
That's-
God! Stop talking about it. Let's
We
do it.
need you to stop running off on your own.
Are we
We're
gonna
going
do exciting
together.
things?
Yes.
Good. Great. Let's go. We gotta find Miss Geist. She's my friend. Gotta protect her. You said that.
Yep.
You
And-
all reconvene in the office.
Oh, I guess we're all going to the same place then. Hey, Cecil, how you doing?
Cecil's just sitting like crisscrossed in a chair with like headphones in and eyes closed and like meditation, listening to music, trying to calm down, trying not to have a panic attack. That's going on for Cecil right now.
All right, so I think we got a malicious magical artifact somewhere in the school that's turning everybody kind of crazy cuckoo. And everybody's in danger.
Definitely don't listen to the music.
Don't listen to music.
No, the music.
Zeke freaks out and like starts slapping Cecil's leg.
Zeke,
I'll
Zeke,
shake, I'll jump, take out the thing, look down. What?
Mr. Mia says don't listen to music. It'll make you
No.
angry.
Zeke,
I'll
I
turn the
said
music down. Bye.
I said the music, the song that we heard, that you guys heard in Miss Geist's room. I went in there and it played, and then I had a desk thrown at me. I was very angry until the desk hit me, and then I was somehow okay with it.
Ian, my dear,
Yes.
what features did you choose for your haven?
I chose lore library, mystical library, and protection spells.
Okay. Continue.
Seesaw, sorry I startled you.
Oh, it's okay. But I heard the music too, and I'll think back. Did I get mad when I heard the music? Because I was in there with Miss Geist, right?
You really didn't in that first go. It wasn't anything weird, but you do remember that Luna mentioned it made her head fuzzy.
Yeah. I mean, I was there when Miss Geist heard it the first time. I heard it. I didn't get mad. I think Luna said something about her head got fuzzy.
How close does Luna sit to the front of the class?
She would be near the front couple of desks, pretty close to the desk.
And you were at the back of the classroom at the time, Cecil.
Yes, I was.
So this is a proximity sound. Well, the closer you are to the origin of this sound is what is you're going to be more affected than those farther away. Ms. Geist was right next to her desk when it went off, which explains why it hit her pretty hard. And afterwards, when I went in there, I was the only one in the room, so it could only affect me.
Unless you weren't.
Also
Sorry,
true.
sweetie?
Listen,
Oh,
I've
Zeke is
been,
too smart.
and I hear really well. You see these things? Just like flick my ears.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Amir was on the phone with the principal who said that Ms. Geist. Wow. Her name's Miss Geist, guys. Poltergeist.
yeah, sweetie, she's a ghost.
So maybe she's still in there?
Kind of the work in theory, actually. Yeah, you
That's
figured
not an
it out.
original idea. I also heard Miss Minkowitz say that.
Oh, well, thank you for your honesty, hon.
Thank you for the magic Nerf bullets.
Amy, I gotta talk to you about that later.
What do you mean? He was in your gun drawer.
That's a well. He didn't take the bullets from my gun drawer. I left those.
I did.
Didn't he hand you back shotgun shells?
Yep.
Okay, he's 5. You're a grown man. You don't take things from me without asking. Odds are I'll give them to you anyway. But we can get
Those
there
are
later.
the ones you gave me for Zeke in emergency situations.
This is an
What was
emergency.
an emergency situation a week ago?
Zeke just cocks the Nerf gun. Just
The biggest emergency we've had outside of this is Bigby pooping his pants. Oh, cripe sakes, Bigby. We gotta find him some pants.
He didn't.
For the sake of honesty,
Zeke!
it was a joke.
You know what?
I don't like Big B.
You know,
Well, that was apparent.
I will sneakily give Zeke a high five because now I put together exactly why he made that lie. It was so Minkowitz let him in the barrier, and I fully understand it now.
Do not
Right.
encourage the chill for Zach.
I'm just gonna kind of go off to my bookshelf in a huff.
Hmm.
While whatever else is going on in here, may I try to investigate a mystery to see if I've got any background as to what could potentially be happening here or similar
Yeah,
cases to
you
this?
you are welcome to investigate a mystery with your haven. I believe it gives you
Get
pluses
plus
if I
one
remember.
forward to
Yes.
investigate a mystery. What is
So
forward
you'll
again?
it means you basically add a +1
Oh,
to the roll. And it's basically you'll get a +1 forward while you are doing investigating or research within your haven.
Oh dear, that's a 9.
So you get to hold 2, I believe. Or sorry, hold 1. You get to ask one of the questions from the investigate a mystery list. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? I will also substitute creature for phenomena in this case. What was it going to do? Where did it go? And what is being concealed here?
What sort of phenomena is this?
You get the sense that your leading theory is currently correct, that there is something kind of about this music box that is kind of inducing a primal rage in people between what you heard from Linda and kind of what you've seen and investigated elsewhere. You also find a clipping of going through some of your research in one of the articles in Monster Hunter Monthly, which I'm assuming you keep on hand just to know what the hunters are doing, keeping
absolutely.
abreast of all of that. That there is this new trap technology put forward that can send these beasts into their primal rage, making them easier to fight. It was put forward by some of the Hunters Guilds who are not very pro-monster.
Oh dear, I think I might have a concept of what's going on here. Cecil, I think I might know why.
And I'm gonna relay this.
But Cecil, I think I might know why nothing really happened with you being exposed to the music box. You ain't got no monster blood in you, hun.
Yeah, but why?
Or
why
cryptid.
should that
I'm so
matter?
sorry, Zeke. Sorry?
Yeah. I mean, but why does that matter? Does this only for cryptids?
Well, it's looking like that could be a potential. You see, there was some technology released by a couple of the Hunters Guilds a little while ago. Kind of unethical, not really very nice. Tends to put those with any sort of touch, let's say, into a blind, rage-filled, mindless fury. And it seems as though those who have been affected by it are being induced into such. And I'll be honest, one of my fears right now is that whoever's doing this might actually be doing so to either ruin the school or potentially to make it the initial intention for this sort of technology was to make it easier to hunt people like we have.
It's terrifying. Should we?
It's really not very good.
I have questions if that's okay.
I might be able to answer them, sweetie, but this is some heavy stuff, okay?
One, I was there. I didn't get mad. Maybe I was too far from it.
Could be. It
Or
could
maybe
still be a proximity.
I'm not actually a cryptid. Maybe I'm
also
just a normal boy who's very small and has horns and rabbit legs. Second question kind of turns. Vice Principal and Mia got really angry in that room. And if it only works on cryptids.
Is it specifically only cryptids or anybody with like magical capabilities?
It has been advertised to be specifically effective against monsters and cryptids and the like, but you get the sense of maybe if others are touched in other ways or have a sense of magic or connection to this world, it'll probably affect them as well. And this isn't Ash just forgetting that the entire classroom was full of monster children. And I didn't fully solidify my mechanic, but it works.
So, honestly, for the first, I'm not really sure. Could have just been a fluke. You know, these things don't work 100% of the time, always, all the time. That's
Miss
kind of the
Minkowitz?
nature of hunter technology. Yes, sweetie.
My name's not Luke, it's Zeke. You
Yes.
said I might have been kind of a Luke.
Fluke, honey.
No, I don't play the flute, I play the drums.
No, it's a turn of phrase. It
Why did
was
you turn a
look-see.
phrase?
You're a very sweet boy. Anyway, I'm thinking that this is what's going on. So if we can either find what this box is, where it is, whether or not they're more stashed somewhere, we should probably be doing a full investigation, which, Dingy, sounds like you'd probably be pretty good at, since you seem to know every in and out of this school because you're always popping out of every hoo-ha we got around here.
Yeah, you'll notice I have
Never mind,
papers
not a- oh
like
my
scattered
goodness gracious,
everywhere.
I need to wash my mouth out with some soap.
I have a question.
I don't have an answer, Zeke. I'm sorry. Out of every area we got around here, what you got for me, Dingy?
As this is going on, you notice I got like strings attached to notes and things going on, and I would like to use my ability connect the dots.
Mm-hmm. I think that is at the start of a mystery, but we'll do it now. That's perfect. So roll plus sharp.
Okay. Be a 7.
Oh, it's a 7? Okay.
Yeah.
So you get to ask one question from your connect the dots questions. Is this person connected to the current events or the situation or whatever? When will the next critical event occur? What does the monster want from this person or people or situation? Is this connected to previous mysteries we have investigated? Not in this case, but it could be related to previous things you have dealt with. Or does this mystery, how does this mystery connect to the bigger picture?
I think the best thing would be when the next critical event will occur. So we're trying to find the boxes, right?
Mm-hmm. You're kind of sitting here putting all these dots together, and it hits you. All the cryptids are in the same room right now, without anyone else, because you also know that Lorelei is a siren. They're all alone in a soundproof music room, away from everyone else.
Yeah, I will let everyone know what I found out and say we really got to get back to the music room.
Mr. B, I'm breaking my promise, and I sprint full bore, like right down the street, just like right at the thing.
I hop back in my rabbit hole and go over there.
I'm
like
following
behind
the
Zeke.
kid.
Yeah.
Linda, Mia, what are y'all doing?
So I was gonna go do something in the English classroom, but since I'm like standing at the door, do I see Zeke come down the same hallway? And
Yeah, you see Zeke just darting down the hallway with both Cecil and Mrs. Minkowitz hot on his tail. Zeke is running, Nerf gun drawn.
Can
oh
I do the?
dear, what's going on here?
I do the like bad speedster stop where I like music box makes cryptids mad. All the cryptids are with another cryptid in the music room. Gotta go.
And I'll hustle as fast as my plump little legs will carry me down. Oh dear, oh dear.
Mia, what are you up to?
I'm gonna open my box.
Boss is just hanging out.
Gently putting your sniper
God.
rifle together.
Yo, I had to put in 6 different codes just to make sure. I had to add an extra one after the last time Zeke broke into the damn box. This one is encrypted, so cryptids can't actually open the last lock.
But if it is encrypted, it's so much easier for them to open it. It's their native language.
I was hoping someone would say it.
Yeah, just slowly
Yeah, you're slowly
putting old Jimmy together.
Mr. Dingy gets into the classroom first. Pops his
Underground.
pops his little rabbit hole up, and the room is torn apart. There are carpeted stairs in a lot of like younger kids' music rooms and stuff that have been torn to shreds with claws and teeth. Music stands thrown all over. A lot of the drums and stuff have kind of been punched through or broken through. And looking kind of in the corner of the classroom, you see Lorelei kind of just huddled around the children, kind of trying to like calm them down and soothe them. What are you doing?
I will say in my hole, but peeked up, I'm like, Lorelei, what happened?
Just whips around, does not see any of you, and the remaining 4 of you kind of burst in at this point. Just like a cacophony of little screams is like Charlie is kind of pulling carpet out of his teeth. And
Guys,
like,
be careful! There's a music box. It's gonna make you egg. Oops, missed it.
Why? Okay,
Are you
there's
okay?
as we can be, really. I think this was a lot. Sorry, I couldn't really call any of you. I had to sit and calm the children down a little bit. Charlie's like, I ate the stairs. She's kind of like pulling
Oh
stuff out of his
honey, I have just the thing for you.
Dude,
Give him a
nice.
Tums to start with.
It was very big dog of me, but
Big dog. Woof woof.
woof,
Good work.
woof. My stomach hurts.
That's fair.
That's Tums pats his head. It'll be actually no, it's not a Tums, it's a peppermint. It's a little peppermint.
Oh, what of the
hard candy.
pillow? Yeah. Just
Oh,
kind
here
of
you go, sweet pea. That'll help ya.
thanks. This doesn't have any chocolate in it, right? It's one of the regular
Nope.
mints. Okay.
I read your file. You are allergic to chocolate, so nope, no chocolate for you, sweetie.
Thanks. She just kind of like pops it in his mouth. And Lorelai is just like, there was the intercom sound and then this weird tinkling music sort of thing. Yeah, and all the kids just absolutely, they lost it. She kind of like hushed kind of to the side and just started breaking things and going, like, the only way I can get through to them, it didn't hit me, and I'm not entirely sure why. I'm relatively predisposed with, music-based things. I can't be charmed with my charming voice and all.
Naturally. So maybe your natural immunity to the siren song, so to speak, made it possible for you not to be able to be affected by this.
Yeah, I was able to kind of break it through to them a little bit. It didn't last very long, but they were all absolutely glazed over. Was this Zeke, honey, did this happen to Miss Geist? She just heard the okay. What are you all going to do?
It's kind of what we're trying to figure out right now, dear. First off, we're going to try to figure out how to make sure this doesn't keep happening and keep the children safe.
I'm going to reach into my apron and start pulling out earplugs and handing them to the children.
It's like the ones who have
Ears.
ears.
Or ear
Yeah,
muffs.
kind of put them in.
If
Yeah.
nothing else, I'll pull out because of my what I need when I need it.
Mhm. Yeah, different ear coverings for all the kids. Lily, the little frog girl, gets a pair of like big like noise canceling headphones. Just various little kids. You have differently sized earplugs. So Jessa, little goat girl, has these bigger ones. She's kind of shoved in her little
No,
goat
we
ears.
don't put these in our mouths. No, they go in our ears and we don't push too hard.
Well, yeah, they taste of like earwax and stuff. Says Charlie with like the plugs in his ears. Speaking way too loud.
Lunch Lady Linda, I have a pair for Bigby.
No,
I
you
walk-
don't.
I walk
dear.
over to
No,
Bigby.
you don't.
And I go,
I've already given him his.
in his ears.
He just kind of pushes you over. Stop it! And he's
See,
a bigger kid, so he's bigger than you, and you kind of tumble back.
why are you such a bully to poor Bigby?
He started it.
I didn't do anything.
You know what you did.
What did I do?
You know what you did.
All right, sweethearts, we're going to have to separate you, okay? Big Meat, come over here with me, all right?
It's kind of like
Amen.
tucks behind you.
All right, Big Meat, I got to talk to you about something.
What?
Did you poop your pants?
No, I didn't. I'm a
No,
big
no, it's
kid.
okay. Yeah, I know. Just sometimes we get scared. I just wanted to check.
I'm brave.
You're very brave, and I'm
No.
very proud of you for being so brave. Okay, I just wanted to. It's part of my job to just ask people sometimes.
You ask every kid that?
Yep, I don't tell the others though because they don't know I ask everybody. Okay, it's a secret between you and me.
That's not very comforting to kids if you tell them that they're the only one you ask if they poop their pants.
It's a hard job. Just know if you do, I always got extra pants.
Okay.
Bigby, I'm sorry.
Thanks, Zeke. I'm sorry whatever I did made you angry, that I'm still not positive what it was, but I'm sorry.
You ate my last cheese stick 2 years ago.
Oh. I thought those were communal.
They were on my desk in a basket that had my name on it.
Brett started reading a lot quicker than I did. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm sorry too.
Are you okay? I didn't mean to push you over.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm sorry. You should be really happy I didn't put my gun at you this time.
Yeah, it's growth. I appreciate that.
It also has magic Nerf bullets in it now.
Lorelai, he gets magic Nerf bullets. Just
my God.
Oh, okay. What? All right. No, it's okay.
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Hey, you know Zeke. He tells big stories all the time.
Big stories for a little dude.
Gonna be a real good storyteller someday.
My mom tells me that good storytellers are good liars. That's not a good thing. Thanks for that.
So what? Teacher gonna get what's going on with Miss Geist? Can we?
Yeah.
Oh, I had an idea about that. Maybe we could talk her down.
Assuming
Oh!
she's still in there.
She might be.
Miss Geist really liked me.
Yeah,
Well-
honey, I don't want to put you in harm's way here.
Mr. B, I'm breaking my promise.
Oh my gosh!
I chase after him too.
I mean, technically, by your own standards, you're keeping your promise.
Yeah, you said promise to stay with the group and not
No,
run
I
off
said
on my
promise to
own.
stay with me, but also protect your friends.
So he half broke his promise.
We broke the one of staying with me
Listen.
of all people.
Listen, I have I've used 0 of my actual monstrous moves, and this is like the one shot I got.
Yeah, Zeke goes darting off into the classroom with all of you several steps behind on his tails. This boy has tail.
Pumpkin spice.
This boy's got preternatural speed, so he quick as a bunny. You
Your kids here just fuck.
Oh,
just Luna.
language.
I'm
Fuck.
sorry.
Yeah, bruh.
No, sweet. Oh man. Here.
Little moth girl who has got little antenna and can't really put earmuffs on. She's like
No, she's got like socks on them.
just nice little wool socks.
Yep.
But yeah, Zeke, you go bursting into this room. It is just as destroyed, slightly more now, with a couple of desks thrown about. What are you doing, bud?
Miss Geist, are you in here? I know you're probably really scared and upset because of what happened, but we all know it wasn't your fault. It's the music box. You're probably hiding because you're afraid, and I get that. I get scared too. You want to know a secret? I'm scared of a lot of things. That's why I carry my Nerf gun. Because I'm so little. And I don't like to be afraid. But I feel like if I can protect myself and protect my friends, that's the most important. So I carry my Nerf gun just in case. So I'm here for you. I got my Nerf gun. So you should come out and talk to us about what happened. Pretty please? So we can make sure it doesn't happen anymore to anyone else.
Roll manipulate someone. And you get your pluses for convincing cryptids.
Yeah. So I rolled an 8 plus a 2 plus a 1 from the bonus for cryptids for an 11.
For an 11. You do not see her, but you hear kind of this voice kind of whispered on the winds in this eerily still classroom. Zeke, honey, I am scared. It's not letting me go. It wove its way into my mind. I have to stay away to keep you all safe. And then cuts off.
Wait, Miss Geist, you know where it is? We can't
No response.
save you if you don't know where it is.
And at this time, the rest of you catch up with Zeke.
Zeke's just crying on the desk, like just kind of like crouched down, just in tears.
I'm gonna step up and start soothing him. Oh,
Yeah, I'm running in
sweet
with
honey.
a bag in my hand and putting them behind me. It's like a little handbag, but it's got some like powder falling out of it. It's my bag of juju. And
All right, we okay in here?
Oh, we will be as soon as this sweet deer can get control of his emotions. It's a tough thing to do.
We
I
should
know.
probably be.
I'm not sad for me.
What's up?
Can you tell us what happened? Because we didn't get here in time.
Sorry, I'm fast.
Oh, you're such a quick little guy, aren't you?
Miss Geist isn't like the rest of us. Everybody else, it was just like for a short time. But Miss Geist is stuck. You said it was a trap, right, Miss Minkowitz?
I'm thinking so, dear.
I think they trapped Miss Geist just for a minute, and then she left before she could tell me, and I failed. I couldn't figure out where it was.
I scoop him,
It's okay.
put him up so he can cry into my shoulder. Reach in, pull out a tissue. Here you go.
I let her down.
And with the soothe, you feel a bit more comforted that you feel at least safe here. Doesn't make everything go away because it's big feelings, but you at least feel safe.
in the classroom?
Just Zeke being held by Linda.
Okay. While this is going on, I don't know if I want to try to investigate a mystery to see like what's going on in here, or just try to use magic in my bag of juju to try to see if I can like break some sort of curse or anything that's going on here with the like previous knowledge of what I have of this situation and these tools.
Yeah, I believe one of the effects is to banish a spirit or curse from a person, object, or place. So
Yeah.
you could roll plus weird if you would like.
I would like to do that, I think. Just asking.
Mhm.
For Mystical Library, it says if you use your library's occult tomes and grimoires, preparing with your tomes and grimoires, take +1 forward to use magic. Would that have been something I could have done during the research process of everything, or probably not?
Not really. You didn't do magical preparations. You were just trying to figure out what was going on.
Cool. Sounds good.
If
I'll
you
just do my
have, did you
regular.
take I've read about this?
Or
is that a flake move? I think that's it.
No, I've read about this sort of thing, but that's roll plus sharp instead of plus cool when acting under pressure.
Okay. I thought I gave you a +1. You're good.
Nope. Cool. All right. Ooh. 7 + 2, 9.
9. Pick a glitch. The effect is weakened. The effect is of short duration. You take 1 harm, ignore armor. Magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, or it has a problematic side effect.
I'll take a harm.
Okay. So mark 1 harm, ignore armor. And
Oh, cheese and crackers.
Oh, what's the matter, dear?
Well, I'm gonna let Dash finish.
Sorry.
You're good. You're walking around a room, kind of spreading your powder, saying some mystical words, and the lights kind of return in this area of the building where they were kind of dim and flickering before. They returned to their full strength, and this area, despite still being wrecked, feels more comfortable now that it feels like this energy is kind of left.
My dude.
Oh, honey, you let your wig slip there, dear.
Oh dear, I seem to have it was quite painful. Ripped out a bunch of my hair.
Oh, is that what was hurting you so much just a moment ago?
Well, you know what? It was attached to all of my hair. These were extensions after all.
Oh,
You don't want to perm yourself, darling.
I'm gonna pat her on the shoulder, and at that time, I'll lay on hands. I'm gonna use one of my luck.
Okay. Rolled a 6 with the pluses.
Yeah.
So you are healed of your harm.
Oh, thank you.
Mio, what are you doing? You have built your sniper rifle.
I'm actually, while this is going on, using one of my powers, since I'm in my office and no one will watch me use my divine magic, as I use fortunes to help predict the future. So I will roll plus weird, and then on a 10 plus, I hold 3. On a 7 to 9, I hold 1. On a miss, I get bad information, and I'm just going to use my luck to make it a 12. I'm not going to roll.
You could roll and see if it's good. You can use luck after the roll.
Okay. That was only a 7.
Okay, so if you want to use a 12 to hold 2, or hold 3, sorry.
I like 3 of these things. So I have a useful object ready, be somewhere I'm needed just in time. And I can take either a +1 forward or give a +1 forward to another hunter.
Okay. I'm going to have you note who that is now, because the retroactively warn someone is kind of, you choose when it happens. So either take what +1.
That was the only one I'm not choosing. So I could hold 3. So I have, the first one is have a useful object ready. Be somewhere you are needed just in time is the second one. And then the third one.
Yeah, I'm making you choose who you're giving your forward to now.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay, cool.
Selfish.
You kind of complete your fortunes, and as you're kind of going through this, you feel kind of that sense of preparedness, and you glance over on your desk in your office, and you see the ring of janitor's keys. Jeb must have left it in here.
Thank my lucky stars, and I'm gonna grab that key, and I'm going to switch out my sword for my fighting sticks.
Okay. Cecil, Finn, what are y'all up to?
I'm gonna head back to the office because they mentioned that it was over the intercom. So just to go check who's on the other end of the intercom right now.
Yeah, you go into the office and there isn't really anyone. But you do notice Mrs. Minkowitz's intercom microphone is missing.
Is it like a cord or anything I can follow, or is it just like a cordless microphone?
Yeah, it's just one of the like cordless microphones that seem to be connected to the overhead intercom system.
Okay. Emiya's still here, right?
He's in his office that is just beyond the secretary's office.
Yeah, I'll walk over to Emiya then and just give a brief update on what just happened.
You can run into me right as I'm leaving after I'm fully prepared.
Excellent.
Yeah, like you go to open the door and Cecil's standing on the other side getting ready to knock.
Oh, Mr. Emiya, sir. So, yeah, the intercom mic is missing. They were playing the music over the intercoms. So let's get back to the music room. They did hear the song in the music room. There's a bunch of damage. Let's get over there and regroup.
Are any of the children hurt?
None seriously, no. Couple scrapes, bruises, but nothing much serious.
Then we're okay. We can always fix the music room as long as they're not hurt. Anyway, I don't know how or why yet, but these, and I dig the keys, are very important for what we must do next.
Oh, I think aren't those the janitors?
Mm-hmm.
Where is he?
And you said the mic was missing.
Okay,
Where's Zeke?
last I saw, with the music room. And I'll start jogging back towards the music room.
Mr. Dingy, what are you up to at this point in time?
I am very suspicious of the one child who was unaffected, and I snuck out to check their locker.
That's me. I'm the one child.
No, the Luna.
Luna
she was
was affected.
Luna was affected. The only one who wasn't affected was the teacher, Lorelai.
Or yeah, Lorelai. Okay.
'Kay.
Oh, it was a teacher.
It was a teacher.
Okay.
She's
So they
a
were
siren.
Yeah, who you know is a cryptid.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go like check her staff locker if you would like to.
Yeah. I want to check that.
Okay. You make your way over to like the teacher's lounge area. There's not necessarily one, but it's one of the like rooms somewhere in the fucking building there where you all keep your stuff for the day. There's really only 4 of you, so you know kind of which one is Lorelai's. You can jimmy it open pretty easy. I trust that you have that knowledge deep down in your heart of hearts. And you see like her fall jacket in there, a few just small reading books, a few magazines of opera singers, things along those lines, and some sheet music just in her locker.
Can I
What's you
read
doing,
music?
Mr. Dingy?
Holding you. How did you get out?
I'm sneaky.
Like, oh,
She
Hi,
she
Zeke.
was holding you.
That's fine. I slipped out of my rain jacket.
Holding an empty rain check. Unless you would like a death grip on this child.
No.
I trust you to be like, I'm not letting this little boy go.
I mean, I would think I would have noticed.
Yeah, he would have slipped away, and you guys could be following him as per usual. But yeah, what are you doing, Mr. Dingy? Says Zeke.
oh, Zeke, I didn't see you there.
Nobody ever does.
I find it awful curious that there's music getting played, and the music teacher's unaffected, and it's driving everyone else crazy.
She is a siren. And also,
Yeah.
not to poke holes, Mr. Dingy, but are you suspicious of me?
No.
That's fair. I accept that. I'm only merely messed up today.
No.
Mr. Dingy, I'd like you to keep a close eye on me, because I might be the monster and not know it.
Okay. I can do that.
Just kind
Keep it
of
on.
Zeke kind of climbs up and just like slides into like the just into his like blazer.
Just grabbing onto
Sits-
him, holding him.
Yeah.
Zeke is now wedged in your jacket.
Hey Zeke, can you read sheet music?
Yeah.
Do you remember the sound you heard?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mostly.
You said there was sheet music in the locker?
Mhm.
I'll show it to Zeke and see if it was the same sound.
It does not seem to match the sound of the music box you heard.
This is probably like really intricate, right? Like,
Yeah, it's
this is,
intricate,
some-
like operatic pieces that have the accompaniment as well as the singer's part.
Mr. Dingy, the music we heard was very simple. It was one note at a time. You see it right here where there's like three, one on top of the other?
Mm-hmm.
That means they're all played at the same time. So it couldn't be the same.
She's tricky.
No, I don't. I just think it's not her.
Yeah, that's what she wants us to think. We'll
We
get
should-
her. We'll get
We
her.
should go back to the group, Mr. Dingy, don't you think?
Yeah, we should probably head back.
How can you keep an eye on them if you're not with them?
I feel like at this point, Cecil, Mr. Amia, Linda, and Mrs. Minkowitz all run into each other as Cecil and Mr. Amia are heading back to the music room, and Deborah and Linda are heading after Zeke. I am assuming you are not leaving this boy alone. Yeah. So y'all kind of run
good,
in
you found
the
him.
hall outside of the office area, where like Mr. Dingy and Zeke are down the hall, and you note that Mr. Dingy is in Lorelei's locker.
Dingy, why are you in Lorelei's locker?
Do you think it's weird?
Yes, it's really weird. You're a grown man.
But Lorelei's the only one unaffected. And it's music
she's
that's
a
driving everyone
siren.
crazy. It's a music teacher.
Yeah, she's a music teacher. She didn't go
Yeah.
crazy because she had.
I was also unaffected.
Keep my eye on Zeke too. No, I'm totally not
Oh,
suspicious.
that
of-
reminds me. I reach into my apron pocket and pull out a ribbon with a bell on it. And can I tie this around your neck there, Sweet Pea, like a necklace?
Absolutely not.
Can I tie it to your horns?
No. Can't tie me down, Lady Linda.
Oh, I wasn't gonna tie you down. I was just gonna make
You're
you look
trying-
dapper.
You're trying to make it so I make noise when I leave. I know this. My parents
Yeah?
do that.
Oh, do they? They're smart cookies now, aren't they?
Yep. But they also raised a smart cookie, Lady Linda.
Yes, they did. For sure.
Mr. Dingy, do you think I should wear the bell?
Well, it would let us know where you're at,
Mm-hmm.
but would also let Lorelei know where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I defer to your wisdom.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 shot here.
Make the call.
Oh, how about
Flip.
if we flip a coin for it?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh.
I'll flip a coin.
Reach into my pocket and pull out a coin, and I say heads. We'll put the bell on you, and tails we won't. Flip it. It's heads. And then I put the coin away. After I showed everybody that it was heads.
Seems fair.
She's got a point, Zeke.
And then I'll tie them loosely around. Oh, you look like such a dapper little gentleman with that. Yeah.
I hate this.
It's got a big bow in the back.
Zeke, why are you
Very
wearing a bell?
nice, hon.
Because they want to know where I am at all times because I keep sneaking off.
Much like you, Amia, where have you been?
Literally getting help.
You are in charge here. You are the help.
In charge of what?
The
You ru-
school.
Yeah, but okay. See, the thing is, when I tried to be in charge, y'all just run off and do your own thing. So I went and got help, and now I
Alright,
can
so who's the help?
hold the janitor's keys. Somehow this.
You're kidding.
No, they were found in my office where they should not be. We also found that the microphone is missing for the intercom system, and that is how they're playing music in all the rooms, regardless of if they enter it or not.
So we're thinking.
And the
that
fastest
somebody-
fastest way around the school is janitor's keys. They have a key to everything.
I have an idea.
Jeb. Sorry, hun. What's
Where's
up?
Jeb? Nope. That's a good starting point. Jeb!
Jeb.
Jeb!
He just kind of pokes his head out of the janitorial closet down across the school. What?
Mir. Mir.
Mir!
I'm still putting the
Jeb,
kitchen together.
It's important.
1 second, okay?
To be fair, I don't have to listen to you, like pointing at the kid.
But you should.
Mr. Mia, are you doing anything about this? He's just like, I'm working.
We do need your assistance.
I,
The kitchen can fortunately wait. I don't Linda has some snack packs ready for now. We're going to continue to fix the kitchen, but I think solving this problem comes first.
Your snack packs?
Don't make me come over there, mister.
Yeah, he starts slowly making his way across
What I
the
thought.
cafeteria.
I mean, I don't think she has them on her Zeke, but I know she definitely
Actually, I
has.
reach into my apron and pull out a snack pack and a plastic spoon and kind of sneakily hand it to him.
Just in Mr. Dingy's jacket, just eating a snack pack.
Jeb makes his way across over to you.
All right, Jeb, we got a couple of questions. First off, do you have any idea? Well, first off, where are your keys?
Just kind of like pats down. Did I accidentally leave my keys in your office when I was cleaning last this morning?
It would appear as though that could be the potential.
No. I mean, I go through in the mornings before all y'all get here and unlock everything.
Right.
Principal's office is kind of the last place I stop, so I must have set him down on the desk.
Makes sense. But to clarify, you do not have a set of keys on your person.
No, I guess the backup ones are in the office where I was, so.
All right, sounds like we've got your keys.
I point to Emiya holding the keys up.
Thanks. Without those, we would need to rekey the entire school, whole building.
Still think we have to do that anyway, because where's the other janitor?
Marcus is finishing up work in the kitchen.
Mark,
Sent him to that. There are 2 of us for this entire building full of cryptid kids. It's
Mark.
a lot of work. She kind of pokes his head out of like the service window. What?
Mir,
What? Okay.
Mir.
He also comes over like, what did you? Jeb just looks at him like, I'm sorry, man. Like, big stuff's going on. We still gotta clean. Yep. Marcus is just like, what's going on, guys?
I'll help
what's
you
happening?
out with that later, okay? We got ourselves a situation going on here. Seems as though, well, first off, Mark, you got your keys?
Yeah, I pulls his out of his pocket. Yeah.
All right, Jeb, they're your keys. It would appear either one of you was pulling some tomfoolery on us, which we are not going to be standing for, or we got somebody else doing the same who has either made copies of the keys. It would appear we're having problems, especially with the microphone being gone and some sort of like Hunter Box enrage encrypted music going throughout the speaker and intercom system. Seemed to have originated in Mrs. Geist's room. Kinda got that situation under control, but we'll see. Seems to have been kind of traveling its way around.
The guy's room. We gotta put that back together too.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be next on your list.
Zeke just starts crying.
Oh, it's okay, sweetie. She's gonna be just fine.
She's not.
We're gonna work on it.
So I pulled a Zeke and I just walked away from the group while everybody was talking. I went into a room, probably the kitchen, because that's where the janitors came out of. I'm going to look and see what they did and where I need to straighten up after them, because, boys, they always just need straighten up after. And then I'm going to reach over and I'm going to push the call button for Deborah's missing comm and see if I can make a noise, beep or squawk or whatever.
You don't hear anything, and the rest of you who are kind of outside of the secretary's office don't hear like a return sound or anything in that area. But as you have
for
established,
clarification,
Mhm.
the sound is
Oh, hey there.
and as has been established, this entire building has a labyrinth tunnel system in it. So
I was just making sure that one of the janitors didn't have it on their person.
they do not seem to. So there's a
But
cryptid
don't ask
box
questions.
in the
Just above
building.
your pay grade.
That-
Don't ask questions.
Yes.
Right. No, I'm not allowed. Zeke said I should listen to him. I'm not allowed
I have
to
a
speak.
question.
Mhm.
Isn't it above your
You said there was a
pay grade,
spare set of keys, right?
Yeah, hanging up in the janitor's office.
Can I have permission to run to the janitor's office?
hon? No. We will go together.
Jingling the whole way.
Right, six.
And from the kitchen, I'm just gonna shake my head as I shove the stove back into position.
I'm
just
going
hear
to
the
look
jingle.
at the 2 janitors and shake my head and say, "How you're just gonna let him tell you what to do?"
He's 5.
I've been told again and again I need to pay more attention to the kids and listen to their requests. I've been written up 3 times for not listening to the kids when they're calling to me.
Guess what? I will clear up those write-ups, okay? Until this particular crisis is solved and you have seen me personally tell you otherwise. Do not do everything that Zeke asks. You can do some things if it's within reason, but do not tell Zeke where things are for him to run off and get.
Well, the kid's actually pretty persuasive, so rather endearing little bunny boy.
Oh, I love the kid. But as you can see, he tends to do that a lot. Which is why
Yeah.
I'm assuming Linda tied a bell to him. Don't know how she persuaded him to let that go.
Is there a set of extra keys in the janitor's office?
There is a set of keys in the janitor's office.
I snag it. Yep.
Jingle jingle.
I put it over my, like hang it on my antler. I just run back.
You know, Zeke, how many promises are you gonna break today?
Manny. But not the most important one.
Let me see the Nerf gun.
No. You gave them to me.
Uh-huh.
They're mine.
No.
Actually, they're mine.
Shut up.
What
Just
did you
snatched
just
the
say,
Nerf gun
young
now.
man?
I mean, listen, my friends are in danger.
I
I'm
understand, but
I
that is
need
no
to be
excuse
able
for
to
bad
protect
manners.
them. You guys wonder why I run off and sneak everywhere? It's 'cause
I'm
this happens.
Snatching that Nerf gun. And
Are
I
you
am unloading.
resisting, Zeke?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm going to unload all but one of the bullets.
But
And
you're
give it
giving
back
him one
to him.
after that.
He made a
Zeke,
very
really?
convincing point. He is keeping one promise, therefore
I
he
have been
gets
running
one
all
bullet.
over God's good green earth today, following this boy, and I get a shut up for response?
I just look
And
at
to
Miss
have my
Minkowitz.
special magic bullets?
I just look at
I'm-
Miss Minkowitz and go, "I'm sorry."
You understand what you've done, right, Zeke?
Yeah,
That hurts my feelings too, okay?
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Hey Jeb, isn't that ring a couple keys short?
What?
Just kind of looking at Zeke with the key ring on his antlers. Jeb kind of like, can I see those, kid?
Go to hand it to him.
Goes to take it.
Pull it back a little bit. Oh.
Uh.
Yeah, you can have it. Oh.
Mr.
Zeke, I swear to gosh.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Halfway pulling out the last bullet. And then I'll put it back in and give you the gun back.
Mr. Mia, can I see my keys?
I gave them to you already once we found
Oh, I
out
thought you were
that-
still holding them. I
No.
apologize. And
No, I
kind
gave
of
it
like,
back once we realized both janitors, like the other janitor had his keys.
Okay.
So there-
yeah, kind of like comparing the sets. There's there's 2 keys missing.
Do you know what 2 keys?
It's kind of like starts flipping through them. English classroom and one of the ones we don't use too much for storage.
Where's
Wait.
that room?
The basement.
Oh, for cute.
You guys just hear a light thumping, like has not left, but it's just sitting there,
Just
like
A little thumper thump.
yeah.
Just tapping your foot.
Zeke, you can come, but you gotta hold my hand, okay?
I don't think you want to go down that far. Zeke, you can just sit on somebody's shoulder.
Hey, I'm a child.
Not by yourself.
That's what he can sit on somebody's shoulder.
Cecil, how you doing?
This
mean, you
whole
said-
time, Cecil has been wrapping his ankle with like athletic tape, and has then proceeded to start wrapping like forearms in athletic tape. And at this point, gets up and says, I'm doing okay. I can probably take Zeke with me. I'm gonna go stop at the supply closet real fast. But we can meet you all down there. You know, we'll like just take a quick look over there, make sure it's not, You want to comment over there or anything?
Detroit Zeke, Mr. Dingy or Mr. Grant?
Looks up and Mr. Dingy just opened his eyes. Mr. Dingy, do you trust me to go with Cecil?
Yeah. Yeah, you can go with Miss Cecil.
Miss Cecil?
What?
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 First off, Mr. Dingy just said he trusts somebody.
Mr. Cecil. Cecil
Mr.
Cecil goes both ways. That's a both gender name.
Yep.
Come on, Cecil.
That's what he wants you to think.
No, I'm just surprised that Dingy trusts somebody.
Oh, I didn't say I trust.
You just said you did. He said, "Do you trust me to go with Mr. Cecil?" And you said, "Yes."
I said, yeah, you can go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You answered.
Cecil, we're going.
I don't mean
It's like hops up.
Well, you said yes to his question of "Do you trust me?" So.
Oh, you don't know what a lie is. Oh.
I do, but the
Oh.
tape that was just recorded doesn't tell the difference.
Oh, don't
tape?
feed into it, Emiya.
My tape's recorded.
Pull out my cell phone.
I will.
So if you don't want this, if you want me to destroy the cell phone, I need you.
And I'm gonna shoot this cell phone.
Roll kick some ass. It's plus tough.
That is it.
No mark experience.
Plus 0.
Oh dear.
You shoot Mr. Amiya directly in the forearm. You missed entirely.
Zeke hops off and goes, not right, not shoulders.
Cecil and Zeke make their way towards the janitor's closet. I'm assuming that's where you said you wanted to go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They very quickly look in like different rooms for the microphone, but I'm looking for duct tape in the supply closet.
You find duct tape real easily.
How much duct tape do I find?
Like 3 or 4 rolls.
How big are these rolls?
Like one is like half full, and then the other 2 of them are still fresh and packaged rolls.
Cool. I'll start wrapping duct tape in like 7, 8 layers around the athletic tape on my forearm, making like duct tape armor built up for like small scratches and stuff.
You have 1 point of armor specifically on your forearm and on your calf that you have covered.
Yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to do.
Oh my god.
That's a pretty cool idea.
It is a great idea. Duct
It
tape
is.
works.
So many layers
But
of
when
duct
you
tape.
take it off, oh boy.
That's why the
I'll tell you
athletic
that-
tape's on there first.
1 or 2 harm.
Coda, what does your revolver do? Or your gun? The gun that you shot with, what does it do?
2.
You'll take 2 harm.
Was it the forearm that was holding the cell phone?
It was.
Oh,
So the cell phone
instantly.
has clattered to the ground of you just kind of recoiling from your
I-
arm being shot.
I'm gonna
grabbed
grab
the
it with
cell
my
phone.
other arm.
I
Oh
grabbed the
my
cell
god.
phone. We raced to grab the cell phone.
Both of you roll plus cool.
Does he get disadvantage because he's shot in the arm?
No.
Grab it with my other arm. I'm closer to the phone than you.
Yeah, but you're in pain.
It's not much that I've been in before.
Ooh, what are y'all's pluses?
I don't have a plus anything. Cool.
Coda, what are your
No.
plus?
Neg 1.
Mr. Amiya grabs the cell phone.
If you'll let me finish the sentence, Mr. Dingy, I'll give you the cell phone to destroy. All I need you to do is go through your little labyrinth in the tunnels underneath this damn building and find out where they're hiding.
Who's hiding?
Whoever has the keys.
It's my personal labyrinth.
And they're using it to brainwash the cryptids.
Hmm.
Shoot me again. and I
Record me
will
again.
I didn't record you. This was literally fake. I was just going to let you destroy the cell phone.
Can't mess with me like that. CIA's after
And
me.
the other 2 of you are standing there watching this entire interaction.
Just glancing at Linda and slowly just like reaching into my desk drawer, putting Juju back in my bag, grabbing my magnum, grabbing a silvered sword,
So,
just
Mr.
packing
Dingy,
it on my back.
are you
While
gonna
these 2 are
investigate your
talking-
labyrinth?
While they're doing that, I'm just
Mhm.
gonna reach over and grab Mr. Amaya's hurt arm, reach into my apron and pull out some gauze and a little hydrogen peroxide, and as I'm first aiding, I'm going to attempt to lay on hands.
Roll for it, baby.
Cecil,
Yeah, buddy, what's up?
I'm gonna go to the basement.
Before we go down there, let's look for some, like, something to defend ourselves with. And, like, just looking around here, is there anything like an iron ball or, like, something that, like...
Yeah, there's like mops, there's brooms, there's some like metal handled like squeegees, a couple of loose pieces of pipe, like a bunch of miscellaneous stuff.
Cool.
With that 9,
Yep, I'm taking a harm.
you will take the harm onto yourself.
So I put both of the harm on me.
I think Amia only technically took 1 because of armor.
Oh, okay.
Cecil,
Yeah,
I'm
buddy.
I'm gonna take this bell off.
But
Just
why?
slowly unties the bow. You want things to protect us, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some. I just
Wait.
hop down. Just stay right here. I'll be right back.
You promise?
I promise.
You've broken a lot of promises today, and you're gonna keep this
Cecil,
one?
Cecil, you're my favorite. I promise.
Alright, buddy.
And I'm gonna sneak into the kitchen, and I'm gonna go find a couple decently sized knives, and I'm gonna.
Wouldn't be hard to find them.
They've been thrown all over the room.
There might
And
be
I'm-
one or two stuck in a wall.
And I'm immediately like looking at like the commotion that's going on between Mr. Me and Mr. Dingy, and just like glancing sideways. And I'm ducking through the hall. I don't know why I pointed at my screen like you can see it.
Yeah, between the kitchen and the
This hallway right here,
Mhm.
where there's the 2 breaks, shifting in that line, sneaking in and out of the kitchen, back to the janitor closet, and just holding the knives up for Cecil.
Zeke, you're doing great, buddy. Thank you. I'll
Can I
take
go?
them and put them away. And while Zeke was gone, I'm looking for flashlights. Do I see any flashlights?
Yeah, there's like a mag light, and then there's also like one of the old like crank generated ones in case the power goes out and like the batteries die. But yeah, there's a couple of different lights.
All right, I'll take the crank one, pocket it, and then take the other one, and then look at Zeke and say, "All right, you ready to go?"
Let's do it.
And then I'll throw Zeke on my shoulders, and I'll try to like sneak around and go over and go down the basement.
You guys make your way there, and then the basement or the door to the basement is locked.
Downside.
All right, we need a key.
And all 3 sets of keys are with the janitors.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Right, kind of like watching the commotion.
I will say, as the commotion is going on, after seeing that everybody's okay, Deborah's just gonna say,
All right, you know what? I'm going down to the basement, checking all this out. Once you guys are finished having your little contest here, you can come and find me. Jeb, come on.
All right, but shouldn't we maybe not split up if there's stuff affecting magic folks?
If there's stuff affecting magic folks, are you two done having your little scrap there?
Oh, hey, Zeke
Linda,
just
are you
looks
okay,
down and
hon?
sees the kid.
Just like, hey, jumps up, snags key ring, and sprints off.
Hey!
sprinting out the room.
All right, guys, we gotta go to the basement. Wait.
Oh,
I'll take my underground path over there.
I'm gonna start going towards the stairs where the basement is, but I'm not quite moving as fast as I would have.
Aren't you only at 1 harm?
Yeah, but these old bones, they're
That's
a little
fair.
delicate.
You know, Linda, you could have just left it. I would have been okay. I
Left
do
foot theory.
appreciate it, though.
Well, you're fine. That's what I'm here for, is to make sure you all are fine.
When I get to the door of the basement, I go, I got the keys. Also, they super saw me, so they're coming too.
And at that point, everyone, except for Linda, who's toddling along a little bit slower, and minus Mr. Dingy. Mr. Dingy, you notice as you're going through your set that takes you down to the boiler room that the hatch on that one is actually open. It was not properly closed last. And you know for a fact, you always close the hatches.
I will slowly peer over and look into the boiler room.
It is an empty boiler room. There's a couple of spots where some of the dust has been knocked off. but is notedly oftentimes still there.
Assuming there's been a breach, I will activate Protocol 9 and I will collapse my tunnels.
You all feel a very hefty rumble under your feet, and you are standing at the top of the stairs with the locked basement door.
We gotta
And,
go.
yeah, we're getting a bonus after today. I just want you to know that.
I get a bonus too.
No.
That's fair.
To who? Choose your words wisely, Emiya.
Huh? Can you open the door? Because I already know who caused that. Can we go? I did not think he would activate that right now. Why did we let him?
Is that Protocol 9?
The whole school just shook. So unless this music box just got extremely more powerful in the short time it's been quiet.
I'm betting
Yes.
it's Protocol 9.
Zeke unlocks the basement door, and I'm assuming darts down the stairs.
I'm going to grab him by the little scruff of his neck after he unlocked the door.
Just running on the ground. Just let me go! Stop it!
Zeke?
Mr. Diggy's in trouble!
Zeke?
And we will all go find him together, hon.
Stop moving your feet for like 5 seconds.
Do I have to go down there?
No, Jeb, you can go back to the kitchen. Thank you for your help.
All right. And both of them kind of go. We're here if you need anything. I gotta gotta clean up all those tunnels now as he kind of like wanders away.
I'm gonna hand you something, Zeke. It's a bell. You promised. Inside that bell are 2 magic bullets.
Just, I'm angry about this. That's the bell.
And I will let him go.
Yeah, you guys make your way down to the basement. Mr. Dingy, as your tunnels collapse, you kind of pull yourself into the boiler room. And you hear the little pitter-patter of rabbit feet come pummeling down the stairs. Opening into this main area that's relatively empty, there's an open door to the boiler room and a closed door to the storage room.
Mr. Dingy, are you alive?
Just like wiping dirt and dust off me.
Sprint into
Yeah.
the boiler room. What's Protocol 9?
Oh, I had a breach of my security. Had to take out my tunnels.
A glance. Is there anybody else in the room?
In the boiler room, no, there is not.
Glad you're okay. And I run to unlock the storage door or check the storage door.
And at this point, everyone has made their way down to the basement, I am assuming.
Yeah.
And Zeke is at the storage door with the janitorial keys. And as soon as there is a click, the sound begins again.
Oh.
But I got
no.
earplugs.
Zeke, are you attempting to cover your ears?
Oh, I wanted to get in the room.
Zeke, you will automatically fail. Anyone who has magic, so I think it's anyone besides Cecil, will act under pressure for me.
Are there any bonuses or negatives for,
It is plus cool.
well, for earplugs?
Oh, the earplugs, actually, if you have your earplugs in, then you do not roll.
Oh.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be able to like plug my ears.
If you
In response.
if you go to when you start to hear it, you will get a -1.
You mean a +1?
Yes,
Sweet. And it's act under pressure.
it is.
I've read about this sort of thing, so I get sharp instead.
Did folks, anyone get a 10+?
I got a 5.
Oh, buddy. So, Deborah, you're able to jam your fingers in your ears, standing next to Linda and Cecil. Anyone get a 7 to 9? Okay. Emiya, you have a -1 forward. You feel this rage kind of creeping up in you again. All you want to do is to start breaking things and destroying everything around you, and you'll get a -1 forward to any roll that is not doing that. And Zeke, you unlock the door. And Mr. Dingy as well, you feel this rage kind of standing in the boiler room. You need to break everything.
Blasting through the door, like
Yeah, you immediately shatter, and you see shelves and shelves of storage, of extra desks, of miscellaneous backlogged supplies and everything, and you know you must break every single thing in here.
go off.
There is a complete commotion in the boiler room, and Zeke is tearing up in the storage room. What are you doing?
I'm gonna
Crabs.
go into the storage room, and I'm going to use the soothe to try to talk Zeke down while he's
I'm gonna have you roll. Is plus weird your highest stat?
no.
Okay, roll plus your highest stat. It would be, I think, charm on this one innately.
Ooh, 13.
You kind of begin to corral him a little bit and kind of gently hold his face as he is like thrashing. And you feel like through this echo of this music box in the back of your mind, you hear Linda's voice calling out to you.
Oh, sweet pea, I know you're feeling big emotions. I just felt those emotions myself not too long ago. But if you can manage to bring yourself down, I've got some carrots for you, sweet pea. And I reach into my apron and I pull out some carrot sticks, and I'm just talking to him, and I'm holding the carrot sticks for him, and I'm like, come here, sweet pea.
And you start to, it's not perfect. The paranormal pull on this is strong, but it shifts you from the absolutely lost all control to a -1 forward to do anything. But you can restrain yourself in on this.
Failed again.
Oh no, I even failed on this one. So, I broke up the kitchen where, it's gonna be kind of a while before we can make hot meals again.
Mr. Dingy,
Cripes.
I'd run into the other room and just like kick the fucking door down on my way through. Just
I am
in the
unloading a
process of-
mag into the boiler.
While joining Zeke into the room, sprint towards him and just try to take my hand onto his head and use some magic to try to sever whatever connection is causing this to happen to him.
Okay, roll plus weird.
Just right into the brain. It's a 9.
It's a 9. What is your glitch? Do you need me to read them out again?
No, I think I'm going to take the harm again.
Okay. Yeah. As you're kind of going through and like putting yourself between Finn and the boiler, you get clipped a little bit with a bullet on your shoulder, but you just kind of just slap your palm on his forehead, and the music that has been blaring and echoing in your head just kind of goes completely silent as this curse is broken on you.
Dingy, the Illuminati got you. You gotta come back to me, okay?
Oh my god, I knew I should have brought my hat.
Yep. Well, get your headphones instead, okay? We got ourselves a problem in here. Jiminy Christmas, ow.
Oh, sorry about that.
Nah, it's okay.
okay, okay, they're not here, but now they can't run.
I will, as keeper knowledge, I never said that.
Yes, you didn't.
I don't want to lead you all on the wrong path. I never said they weren't here.
All right. I think we gotta spread out.
I
Keep
broke
close to each other.
I broke
Keep in
everything.
contact.
They can't.
She got to you pretty quick. The storage room is pretty big. You broke everything in a chunk, but not the entirety of that room. There is a lot of shelves in there.
Zeke will kind of like go back to that door.
Spread out.
Listen here, you motherfuckers!
Oh,
You're hurting my friends. They're good people. They're not monsters. Why? Stop it.
I ain't listening to you, you fucking monster. You just hear like pipes from the cramped corner in the storage room.
Did you hear that?
oh, we heard that.
Zeke pulls the slide on his Nerf gun and walks directly, like runs towards the voice.
Y'all gonna let this little 5-year-old?
No! Running after the kid and trying to throw him behind me.
I will let you do that.
Gun drawn.
What are the rest
Not
of you doing?
magical Nerf gun.
I'm walking into the room and I have a meat tenderizer in my hand.
Yeah, we're following, running in.
I'm gonna ask Linda if she has any aluminum foil on her.
I reach into my apron and pull out a whole box and just hand it to him.
And I start fashioning a little like hat.
You do so. It's easy enough. Mr. Mia, what are you doing?
Punching a wall.
Okay.
'Cause I'm assuming with the 9, I at least remember what happened last time, and I'm trying to inflict enough harm on myself to break it.
Yeah.
Because breaking my bones in my hand count as breaking things.
Yeah, you punch and punch and punch, and you feel like on the final slam into this wall, a crunch in your fingers. And snap yourself out of it. Your hand is ruined. I'm assuming you were smart enough to use your non-dominant hand to do so, but it is very severely broken and will continue to hurt if you... and this will be ignore armor, because your hand isn't armored, but you'll take 1 harm. And can't use it real well, but your hand is broken and your mind is clear. And you hear kind of like scrambling and like crashing of stuff on the bookshelves as whoever is in this room is kind of trying to shove the bookshelves and stuff forward to kind of barricade himself in. It's like, fuck it, and like coughing as there's a pile of dust like coming out of the corner. Clearly tried to open whatever hatch that was down here.
I'm gonna run in there with the fighter stick in my other hand, and I'm going to try to literally deck this person in the face.
Yeah, roll kick some ass. You can clamber way over. You have training. You have experience. You can clamber over shit.
I did take ancient fighting arts.
Yeah.
That'll be an 11.
Cool. You do so. What is the harm on your sticks?
1 harm hand quick, but since I took ancient fighting arts, if I'm using an old-fashioned hand weapon, I inflict 1 harm. Or plus 1 harm.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of clamber your way very quickly in here with everyone else pretty much on your heels, and you see this disheveled looking man covered in dust, and you just crack him against the side of the head, and he kind of stumbles and knocks down into the corner. It's like, fuck, I should have known this goddamn school is full of freaks and fighters and other bullshit here.
Zeke sneaks up underneath and like through, because the barricade's stopping others from getting through. But Zeke, I feel like, is small enough that he's just
Yeah,
and like hops up onto one of the shelves, kind of like looking down at this guy. Listen, I don't know why you came here, but you have a very nice lady trapped. She's my favorite teacher. She's one of the first people that's ever nice to me. So you're going to let her go, and you're going to wait here until the police show up to take you far, far away. If you don't, they'll give you a reason to be afraid of monsters, even if they're little like me.
And he is like, as he's kind of stumbled to the ground, his hand is pointedly over a small music box on the ground next to him.
Can I shoot the music box with my magic Nerf gun?
You can. Are these just enchanted bullets? Like, what is happening here?
I don't know what they do.
I just rolled with this, Zach. Can you like?
I did too.
I was just assuming that it's something that he could actually have that could do damage, since he
Okay.
can't have an actual gun.
Yeah, it would give them the magic tag.
I got a 7.
Got a 7. You shoot this music box. This Nerf dart kind of dings off his hand, and he's just immediately like, ah! It like as like a static shock kind of shoots up his arm. But in your kind of emotional state, you misstep back and take a tumble off of the shelf you're standing up on, just kind of like binging yourself on the way down. You'll take a harm from the fall, but then are now kind of stumbled behind some desks, and his hand is removed from this small music box. It's like, fucking freak. God.
Well, attempt to down smash that box now that his hand is off of it.
It's like the lot of you hidden up here in the fucking mountains, thinking we can't find you, we can't do anything, thinking you're normal.
No
What the
one's
hell is
hiding.
wrong with all of you?
No one's normal.
You smashed
I'm normal.
Cecil is pointedly normal. And yeah, you smash this music
I
box.
mean, are they? Because what's normal?
Yeah. I mean, normal in the eyes of a monster racist.
So at this point, when he says that, oh dear, you've got a bit of the devil in you, don't you? As I look at him and my eyes just go ablaze. You tried to hurt my children, didn't you? Oh, that's not gonna work out very well for you now, don't you know?
They're as good as fucking gone, the little freaks.
And I'm just gonna flat out smash his knee with the hammer.
Dude, best monster of the week play.
Alex has done this to 3 of my enemies. Not even gonna make you roll kick some ass for this one. He is scrambling, and you smash him in the knee with this giant meat hammer, and he screams. There is a crunch as it bends back.
Don't you know that there was a movie that was made not too long ago? I believe it was called Misery. And yeah, you're not going anywhere. And I smash his other knee.
Zeke runs in front before that strike lands. Zeke runs in front of Lady Linda and just like throws his like hands up. You're
And
proving his point.
This is now something that you've never seen before, because Lunch Lady Linda has the divine spirit flying through her, and her eyes are just...
But it just runs full for him. You're just proving his point. You got him. We got him.
Linda, hun, I gotta agree with Zeke here, but Zeke, I need to get you out of this fray here.
I'm fine. And just turn and step up onto his chest.
He's just like wincing in pain, like not moving.
Principal Mia, call the cops. Get him out of here.
Speaking of proving a point,
Miss Minkowitz, can you go use the school phone?
Got it.
I'm gonna walk over to him. I'm like, yeah, you had everyone else fooled, but it's the music teacher, and I'm gonna try to pull his mask off.
You just yank this man's hair. He's like, what the fuck is wrong? What is wrong with you, man?
Oh, this isn't a mask?
No!
No, he's just naturally ugly.
This thing's really on there.
Just like yanking his head, like knocking it lightly against the wall. Not enough to like bash his face in or anything.
Mr. King, can you let the man go?
Fine. I know that music teacher's up to something.
Okay.
I'll let him go.
And I'm just gonna bend down, kind of get close to his face. What did you mean that they're as good as done anyway?
The school was a fucking experiment to see if all of you could pretend to be like us for a little while.
That's not what it's for, no.
Out here playing teacher, playing school, pretending to be normal. I found this school. Made it damn hard to find that fucking principal of yours, but we found it. We know about it now. Can't let your stupid little experiment go off without a hitch. Thinking you're people walking around pretending to be like the rest of us.
You talk too much, and I just want to kick him in the head and knock him out.
Yeah, you do so. He kind of slumps down.
What's funny is he thought this was the only one.
We're gonna have to change schools, aren't we?
No, you only have to go up the hill. I'm still gonna use this one. Might ask you for some help from time to time. This is gonna be the bait school from now on.
I mean,
Come back from the office having called the local authorities.
What happened?
I kicked him in the face.
Aw, sweetie.
I didn't do it hard, just hard enough.
He's out
just
cold,
sleeping.
hon. You did it Oh, man.
No, he did a very good job. It's okay.
I'm gonna hand him a bag of carrots.
No, you owe me fucking cake. Sorry.
Not with that kind of language, young man.
Look, I got the one because it was in the moment. But the 2 was bad. That's on me.
Yep. That just cost you your cake.
No, okay. All this and I don't get cake?
You swear at Miss Linda, you don't get carrots, young man.
No, he still gets the carrots. He just doesn't get carrot cake. Growing boys
Okay,
need energy, and it's for the eyes. Think
They
of his
do, but you
eyes.
don't swear at
Deborah.
nice people. Okay, I understand. The
This is-
carotone is important for his vision.
Kind of holding up my broken hand. Do I get carrot cake?
Oh, Emmy, come here.
Don't worry about it.
And yeah,
I just want to know if I get carrot cake.
Maybe
gonna
when
open
you
my
get my
jacket.
oven fixed there.
I'm gonna scoop some pudding off my coat.
Reach
Yeah,
into
one
the apron and
time.
hand him another snack pack and a plastic spoon. It's not just
Ugh.
plastic; it's one of the corn plastics. So it's
oh, so it's a
biodegradable.
weird texture.
Nice.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
the authorities are called. The gentleman is taken away. He was Jonathan Burton, a local monster hunter who seems to have recently found the school, snuck on the property in the morning, placed music box. You all make your way upstairs. Parents are called.
Run to Miss Geist's room.
She is kind of sitting at her desk, her kind of head in her hands, like she has a headache. Here's the door open, just kind of startles back.
I jump up on the desk and give her a hug.
Zeke hugs you back.
I'm picking up all the pieces of the music box and I'm gonna take it back to my office.
You did good, little buddy.
I told you I'd save you.
You did.
Sorry it took so long.
Oh, you did great. It's okay. You're real brave out there. Is everyone else okay? You keep them safe?
Except for the guy I knocked out.
Oh, is he the
He
bad
was-
guy?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. You did good. Don't fight bad guys anymore. At least not alone.
I promise.
That feels like a good little scene to end on. Everyone is picked up from school. School closes early for the day, clearly.
What a surprise.
They kind of have to rebuild it after fucking
Collapse the tunnels.
collapse the tunnels. It was probably a little unstable. All the parents pick up their kids, definitely concerned with the situation that was going on, but vice
about
principal. Yeah. I don't know if Cecil will continue to keep. What does Cecil think? Is he going to keep teaching at the monster school?
Yeah, 100%. At this point, super invested. You know, like, what do you mean you're trying to come up with these kids just because you say they're different? What? Cecil will be.
Oh yeah.
Cecil becomes a cryptid rights activist.
Yeah.
Nice.
Aw, I love that.
Yeah, Mr. Mia handled the situation well, is able to soothe all the parents, tell them about the other schools in the program. Nobody's going to have to move or anything to get this all processed out, but y'all saved the school.
Was prepared.
They were prepared. It's a full multi-school program, part of Hubelman's Institute. A couple fun little things. Hubelman was one of the founders of cryptozoology. Who wrote the premier book on it and was often called just a lot of really bad things by critics, one of which was a Mr. Burton. I don't believe his name was Jonathan. I would have to double check my notes. Who is a vehement, what's the antithesis of supporter? I can't remember right now. Denier of like his work, and basically said like all of his work was garbage. He is making a mockery of science, everything like that. So that was Cryptid Kindergarten. I hope you all liked it.
That was so much fun.
That was fun.
Thank you, Dash.
Yeah, and I hope
Yes.
all you at home liked it. Thank you for sitting through this one. I think it's a little bit long, maybe not too much longer than our regular episodes.
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
about the same, I think.
About the same. We started a little late.
Oh,
Cat bite you.
No, how? Not how. How did you get in here?
I just heard the ow part. Thank you all for watching. If you like this, like the video, subscribe to our channel, ring that bell, check us out on all our socials linked down below. We have a Twitter, we have a TikTok, we have a Discord group and a Facebook page. We would love to hear from you. Comment down below, and happy Halloween, everyone.
Bye-bye.